Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2025 September Silver Speed Bracket here on the DRMC. We are so excited to have you. There is just a little bit of time left in our competition year, and things are heating up. And don't forget, if you're not in our Discord already, join it. But if you are in our Discord already and you are coming to Cincinnati, Ohio for our Versus Championship on November 7th through 9th, you got to get your pre-registration in. So be sure to look for some information about that. But we don't need to talk too much about that right now. We got matches to call and we got all kinds of cool things going on. For the first time here this afternoon, we have Betty B as our restreamer. So everyone give Betty B a big round of applause. The B stands for beautiful restream. And we have a new commentator in the booth for the first time. I am happy to be joined by Archer Lewis. Archer, what do you think of this match coming up?
I think this match is gonna be a scorcher. I can already tell things are going to be heating up between these two. Even though this is their first time meeting, it's going to be a heck of a match to watch. I mean, we've seen Sergeant Saros in numerous times this year alone, getting all the way to the final, runner-up several times in a row. I think he's gonna be fiending for that final. So we know for a fact that he's gonna be giving it his all.
Absolutely. He really wants to win. And the question is, is RNG going to provide? Is he going to keep a cool, or dare I say chill, head in the face of said RNG? And of course, Sigma has been around for a little bit, and this is her fourth all-time tournament, her third silver, and she needs one more to qualify for the year-end championships. Everybody needs to participate in 3 monthly brackets in order to be able to play in December, and the standings might shuffle a little bit based on this silver bracket. So we have a ready from Saros and a ready from Sigma. And Archer, do you want to do the honors?
I would love to. And we got our 3, 2, 1, and pills.
Meow, beep, beep, beep. And of course, these players are going to be playing levels 4 through 7. And we have seen quite a few PBs dropped in our Discord recently, but both players are getting started, and a good carve out of the center from Sigma.
Yeah, and I noticed before the game began, we got both of our players here playing on medium, Sigma playing on off, and Saros, I believe, playing on fever, it looked like. So we'll have to see whether that will affect their gameplay at all, because quite a few people know about the supposed glitch of playing with music on.
Oh, yeah. But whatever,
Mm.
music be music. We gotta it's the food of love, right?
Absolutely. But anyway, we do notice they're scorching through these boards already. Sigma
Mhm.
already down to 4 and Ceros already down to 4, although we don't have a timer for Ceros at the moment.
They started roughly at the same time, and of course, we'll go back and we will look at that start. They both have a small number of viruses. Saros just needs one more red, and there he goes. He gets it. And wow, the blue really cooperating
Mm.
nicely there for Sigma, out at about a 111, and that's a really good time for this first level.
Yeah, it was. And looking at the beginning of both of these boards, I'm not too sure how I feel about the top of like the top line of Ceros's board. It's a fair bit of blue kind of scrunched together in the middle segment, but he's working with it. Meanwhile, you have Sigma really pushing through with that lovely double blue, getting the horizontal there, and you love to see it.
Yeah, and the L, yeah, for Sigma, really bringing this down nicely, using horizontals, and look, it's just the cleanest board you've ever seen. I mean, just
Hmm.
gorgeous. Um, and now Sigma's going down further on the board, checking out the lower layers to be as efficient as possible. And wow, the double yellow rush coming through, that is, I mean, these pills are divine.
Mm. Yeah, this RNG. You wish you could see this all the time. This is the kind of plays that you love to be seeing. You just look at that drop clear. What else is there to say about the end of that level 5? It was brilliant. Meanwhile, you have Sarge just ending off his level 5. Again, it's not a bad set of plays going. It looks like, oh, we got the short stack there. He's clearing out those yellows at the bottom of the board to make room for that red there. Just solid plays. You can't complain
Mhm.
about it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was a little bit blocked up by dropping a lot of yellow on top of that red in column two. But, in the end, it's not that much slower considering the red's not showing up too much. But it's giving Sigma, excuse me, a bunch of time to get through some of this level. 7, 8 viruses out of 6 already. But that top line, a little bit tricky, especially with the reds there blocking in terms of the garbage, but a beautiful T drop from Sigma. So we saw Sigma in the last level making just good horizontal drops to bring the evenness down. But I think that yellow blue might have been a misdrop in the center.
I'm not 100% sure. It looks as if she's trying to save that, like those three blues that are atop that red, trying to make the horizontal for
Oh,
the red to drop down. That would be my guess. It just with how it's all situated.
that's a
It does look a
long
bit it does look a bit awkward, but I see what she's cooking up there.
yeah, that's kind of a long game situation, and there it falls.
There you go.
Yeah. The only issue is that red is not on top of red, but I think there are future plays to be made there. Meanwhile, Saros is caught up with a lot more of a straightforward situation, drops into that horizontal. Blue is going to be tricky for the end game, but it's showing up in a nice way, especially being able to drop that red down on top of it.
Mhm.
So things are coming along kind of nicely for Sarge. 7 to Sigma's 5, but I am concerned about those reds in column 4.
Yeah, and it's quite a bunch situation at the bottom of the board for Sigma. Meanwhile, you have Sarge building up for this drop clear on the yellow. I'd love to see it. Love those drop clears. Meanwhile, again, Sigma is like making her way through, getting through these blues in the bottom right corner, and slowly but surely making a way through these kind of bundle of pills and viruses that have been built up here. It's a bit of a shame, but I know she can get through. Meanwhile, Sarge onto level 7 already.
Yeah, and Sigma onto level 7 as well, managing to take out those reds horizontally at the bottom. I think a little bit of simplification of the plans there might have helped her get out of 6 a little bit faster, maintain that lead. But based on the play that both of these players have shown so far, they are just capable of being neck and neck and taking it to the end. Um, Saros with a little bit of a connectivity problem, no worries. We will focus a little bit on Sigma here until we get Saros back. But yeah, Sigma's already taken down quite a bit of this top line and using that miniature red blitz to her advantage.
Mhm. You know, placing those blues on top of the blue at the highest point of her board, and so far making good use of the pills that she's getting as best of use as she can, using the double yellow to clear those yellows at the bottom there. Can't complain.
Yeah, and with 15 left in this final level. Oh, it's already the final level's already here. I love that. Sometimes I sometimes I just get so lost in it with silver play. I'm like, oh, hey,
Mm,
we're on the last level. But yeah, it's Sigma made a good play there to start clearing out that left-hand side because column 3 is gonna be a little bit tricky to navigate around, and so you wanna just clear out that space as much as you can. Good slide over to the left-hand side as Saros back with a little bit of a lead and a very nice board shape.
Only a few reds left and can easily make a horizontal out of it. There we go. Getting the setup, and Ceros is out.
We don't know what the time is, but I think that it's safe to say that Saros has won this match. I don't recall Saros being too far uh, apart in terms of timers, and
Yeah,
he
I think Ceros might have started a little bit after Sigma did. I can't quite remember, but
but Sigma just needs one more red, and she'll be out. And
there we go.
726.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Don Venier in chat saying that Saros's timer on his stream said 6:53, so that means that Sergeant Saros takes game one, and we are going to be playing a best of three.
Hmm. Yeah, very, very well played from both players. But as I said, I think Sarge is fiending for the chance to get through further into this tournament. I can't blame him, really.
And I realized I was muted for a second. I had a pithy remark, and it was lost to time.
Okay, and we have our players readying up, getting themselves back onto the level select screen, and it looks like both players are ready. I just wait for the countdown.
All right. Looks like Sigma might have started her timer. Oh, and has restarted it. Good, good.
There we go.
The thing is that timer issues are the easiest things to fix in this tournament. So if you ever have a timer issue, just keep playing.
Hmm. Yeah, just don't be worried if you accidentally forget to press your timer. It happens to the best of us. We can always go back and check it in post.
Mm-hmm. And we had 3, 2, 1, and pills back to level 4 here. Saros is already going to the bottom of the board because guess what? There is no yellow to be found on top. So there's a lot of
Yeah,
maneuvering there for Saros.
has so many blues, and thankfully Ceres is getting the blues that he needs to solve this conundrum that has come upon this board. But I think I think he'll be okay with this. Meanwhile, Sigma has been plowing through this board with very little effort. It's amazing to see.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that level 4 seems to be really a place where, Sigma has been shining, like, very good advanced planning there, and, you see Sarah's ready for anything that comes through if it's blue. Very,
Mhm.
very good there. Does have to tuck that blue there to the bottom to clear out, but notice, in such a good position to tuck blues into column 1, so that's gonna be good. Squeezes in between, just needs one more blue.
Yeah, one more blue, and Sigma only needs a couple blue and a couple red, and then she'll also be done. And there we go. Sarge is out at 122.
And so is Sigma. All right, here we go. A little
Love
bit
to
of
see it.
tricky exactly. A little bit of trickiness here at the beginning for Sarge. That first pill, the red yellow, not what he needed, but manages to put it there, signaling that I think he's probably going to try to go for a sweet tea. And he's at least got the horizontal. That is a good example of just manufacturing a move if you don't get the pill that you need.
Hmm. Yeah. Meanwhile, looking on Sigma's board, it's when I first saw it, while we were also paying attention to Sarge's board, when I first saw Sigma's board, I was just thinking this board is awfully vertical. I'm not sure I like it very much, and it still is pretty vertical with a lot of blues and yellows about. Not really something you want to be seeing.
Yeah, the funny thing is I was looking at it and I was thinking, "Ooh, all these horizontal possibilities are super tasty. Look at that. She goes for the yellows there, but it means that that blue is locked up. And this is a situation that she got into last time. She was relying on horizontals to help her clean out the board at the end. So that would be a place where she wants to work on her game a little bit. Because look, notice she's brought down that yellow, and this is very clever. She's going to be able to put that blue on top and it's going to drop. But I think there were some faster ways to go about that. She's out at a 251. So is Sarge.
Incredible. They are on each other's heels. It's just remarkable to see.
Yeah, this is great. All the level of play has grown so quickly and to such high caliber. Everybody feels well balanced. Um,
Mm.
yeah. Speaking of horizontals, straight down for Sigma.
There's horizontals upon horizontals in Sigma's board. Meanwhile, Sarge's board is really clean. Like you got
Mhm.
lots of vertical drop clears happening. You got all these fun little combos that you just love to see them come into action.
They're certainly fun. Yellow is going to be the most important thing for Sarge to use efficiently. And the same thing is true about Sigma. And you see Sigma taking a little bit of a deep breath there. Beautiful drop into a triple, but there is so much going on the board right now. It's going to be a little bit challenging for her to dig out of the situation. Takes a horizontal
Mhm.
there, but there is some garbage. So Saros is able to continue plowing through this board.
Yeah, I think that's something to be said about Sarge's playstyle. When he is focused on what he's doing, when he is on, he really is like super clean plays. He's had a bit of a head shake there, but I'm not entirely sure why, because he's been, as I say, been playing relatively clean for this entire board.
He has been. One of the things that was tough, you see that that red is in row three. There was a blue below it, and he had three of the four set up for a potential fat log. But, having it be the third row and the second row, he ended up dropping those reds by accident.
Mhm.
So it was a little bit slower, but still, he made it through. He's into his final level. And provided he gets some red, let's get that going. Uh, Things will open up for him.
Yeah, and Sarge making these lovely drop clears with the yellow blues. Yeah, meanwhile, Sigma's still struggling with the end game, like of her level 6, still dealing with the a bit of a mountain that's been built.
Mhm.
It's unfortunate to see.
Yeah, I think this is tough here for Sigma. Sarge, that first three columns are going to be a little bit difficult to bring down. I think there's going to be a little bit of drop time. The the yellow blue there in the middle, he was smart to clean out the bottom of the board before working with that. And so now everything's a little bit less precarious. But I think he will finish this level 7 potentially before Sigma gets out of 6. And he's just going to need to wait for some red.
Hmm. Yeah, I think those two reds. I think previously Sarge might have been even trying to work out a T clear. It looked like, but I don't think it was possible at the time. Just with how the viruses were all situated. But just finishing off, just needing one more red, and there we have it. 6:30 exactly.
Hmm. So he is out at a 6:30, and Sigma still working on that level 6. So Sergeant Saros is going to move on to round 2. He's going to be playing levels 6 through 9. And in the meantime, we're going to be having our next 2 matches in round 1. So we'll be back in a couple minutes. Stick around. This is the DRMC. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the September Silver Speed Tournament here at the DRMC. We have our first double match screen. That's right, we have It's Sportsy versus William in Texas playing against each other on the top, and JB versus Spunky Muster on the bottom. And again, here to call with me is Archer Lewis. Yay!
Hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody. Got
Hello.
quite the matches for us right now. The good old quad box. Love to see it.
And Spunky Muster coming back for another tournament after starting last month. So welcome, welcome. We got a great influx of new people over the last few months, and it's just like it's fantastic to see. And everyone here is going to be still playing levels 4 through 7. And these are our last matches in round 1. So we need readies from all 4 players. Got to keep looking for that in the chat. And let's see. So Sportsy and William have faced each other before. William has taken a crown off of Sportsy, but not a match. And uh, JB versus Spunky Muster, they haven't played each other before. Our commentator notes, lovingly prepared by Ook the Librarian, says, Spunky, you came back. Yay.
Yeah, always got to cheer on everyone who comes back after their first go round of it.
Exactly. All right, we've got readies from 3 out of the 4, I believe.
I think we're just.
All readies received, yeah.
Oh,
Nice. We can see JB feeling loose, singing a little bit. And we're going in for our countdown. 3, 2, 1, and pills. Beer, 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 beer.
and our players are off and ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. On the top row, we have pretty interesting boards for both Sportsy and William in Texas. I'm liking the shapes already that William is putting together, stacking those reds and like getting the blue reds down. Brilliant. Let's see what he does with this with these double colors. We love to we love to see it. All
Mm-hmm.
these colors in the right places to be.
Excellent. And at the bottom match, JB having a lot of blue to deal with, that's going to be a little tough, but working down the layers, making sure that's going to go, and working on a big, looks like a big cross that will drop into a horizontal with the blues underneath and a vertical on top. So he's poised. If the right stuff comes down, he's poised to drop basically everything at the same time. And meanwhile, Spunky Muster bringing stuff down a little bit at a time. Yellow's going to be the tricky thing. Got to stay as efficient with that as possible, but it's going to be good with red yellows coming down.
Yeah, you can see JB is thinking big with his plays, and sometimes it can pay off, other times not so much. Meanwhile, William in Texas and It's Sportsy both finish at exactly the same time, pretty much. Up at
And
the same time on our screens.
yeah, absolutely. A log out there for Sportsy, and just nice regular old clear there for William. But wow, William really laying these pills down on this level 5 nice and flat. It's going to be a very nice board to take down. So that's going to be smooth sailing for the first little bit. And look at a triple combo there for It's Sportsy.
Meanwhile, on the bottom of our screens, we have JB looking to be setting up a fat log at the bottom of the board. Do love our lovely little combos. And also setting up a T clear, it looks like, with the reds. Yeah, there we go. Nice little drop there. Now he's just getting everything assembled for the bottom of the board and trying to figure out ways to clear out the middle as well.
And meanwhile, Spunky Muster with a completely clean board, everything is showing up to just take out those blues and reds in short stacks and just keep the plan moving a little bit at a time. And notice that was a great instinct for tucking that yellow and blue in between on columns 4 and 5. I mean, this is great play. It's going really smoothly. Yeah, just really bringing it down.
Yeah, nice clean plays on a board, just finishing with ooh, a bit of a mistuck there with that yellow blue,
Mhm,
but not the worst thing to deal with so long as Muster can get the pills that are needed. Meanwhile, JB is out,
mhm, and
as is it sportsy.
yeah, and they're not playing against each other, but, they are both out at the same time, and William out not too far behind at a 3:11. Really well done here so far. And Sportsy taking a little bit of garbage down the left-hand side of the board, but not a big deal, following it up with a combo here. That's okay to have that garbage there in column 3 because the way that column 1 and 2 shaped, it's gonna come down a little bit easily. So notice
Mm.
Sportsy already signaling that he's gonna be clearing out that garbage, and it's gonna come in a T clear, I think.
Ooh,
Oh, I
lovely
missed
drop
one.
horizontal. Yeah,
I did not.
meanwhile, ooh, nice little tuck that JB just did there with the double yellow. That was nice and quick.
But JB's gonna be, not needing much yellow, honestly, for a little bit. Oh, great L, yeah, there for Spunky Muster.
Hmm.
There is garbage, yellow garbage in the left-hand side, traded it or sorry, right-hand side, traded it for red garbage and is now just building up to the top. I'm curious to see what the plan is there. I think it's just figure out how to take that garbage out. But I think that might need to be the focus for right now. JB really clean, as is it's Sportsy. Sportsy's got definitely good end game options. Everything is open, nothing is blocked out. And meanwhile, um, William is digging from underneath, curious to see whether he puts together a horizontal with that yellow or just figures another way to get that red out.
Oh, it looks like he's going for a, oh, maybe a fat log. It's hard to
He's
tell.
Yeah, he's going for a horizontal with those yellows, and then the red will from down on top. There we go, and
There
he's
you go.
out into his last level. So is JB. Tricky formation here for JB at the top. The yellows in column 3 and 4 are kind of blocking the possibility for a blue horizontal right now. That's what you'd love to see, but he's still managing to dig under those layers.
Meanwhile, Spunky Muster is still currently trying to deal with the remnants of their level 6. It looks as if what happened earlier in the board is kind of coming back to haunt them a little bit, which is
Mhm.
unfortunate.
Yeah, it's always a tricky thing to figure out whether are you going to balance clearing out the garbage right now or taking out some more viruses. And I think players see a lot of people just saying, "Okay, well, whatever, I'll make the garbage work." And that's a tricky thing. But look at that. The yellow's going to come out on that right hand side, and Spunky Muster's going to be out with one blue. And here it comes, out at a 553.
Yeah, meanwhile, on the top of our boards, they got a fair bit of sorry, let me say that again. It's sportsy. Is very close to the end of his board, getting closer and closer. 8 viruses left. Meanwhile, William in Texas has 14 left. I think there's a possibility for a catch up depending on how the pills are going. Although it seems so far that it's sportsy is getting exactly what he needs to
Mhm.
finish out this board.
Speaking of exactly what he needs, JB is out at a 626. So he is going to be taking game 1 against Spunky Muster, but that top game still going strong. Great short stack there for its
Hmm.
sportsy.
Or
I
setting up for a horizontal at the bottom of the board, maybe
mhm,
with the red.
yeah, definitely think so.
There we
There it
go.
is. Now, no danger of clearing that out by accident. And out at 7 minutes, William in Texas still with 8 to go and drops that hero combo very
Oh,
nicely done
lovely.
there at the bottom of the board. And Spunky Muster also still working on that level 7.
Yep. Very close to the end of the board, Spunky is. You just gotta push through to the end, get those times, see what you can do, you know.
Mhm. And William had a great horizontal drop there, and it really knows how to set up those layers to make the horizontal happen, and is going to be out at a 743. Meanwhile, Spunky Muster just gonna put together, tuck in between those reds. Just one more. And out at 751. So
Yeah,
far the
good job.
left-hand
Good
side
job.
has it.
Mm. Question is, will the left side have it entirely, or will the crow start singing after this next game?
Oh, I mean, well, when it comes to any bracket, the crows love to be fed. We love our deciders, but I mean, silver bracket, we really love them. The crows
Hmm.
go wild in the chat.
Especially with how level everyone's plays tend to be as of late. Like, there's been so much improvement throughout the entire community, but especially in silver, it's, everything is so much more even. So it could really go either way.
And we have readies from all four players.
All right, just waiting for the countdown, and here it is: three, two, one, and pills.
Beer, beep, beep, beer.
Well, JB and William in Texas are out first on their respective screens.
Mhm. And every month, I'm always curious to see if somebody is going to beat their hot time or one of our hot times. Um, Sportsy's best is 5:53. Williams is 7 minutes. JB's is 5:16, and Spunky Buster's is 6:59. So let's root for some PBs.
PB strats are often the way to go. You're never sure when it's gonna hit those PBs, but when they happen, everyone loves to see a PB.
Hmm.
And if it's a hot time, even better.
I mean, right? Spunky Muster keeping a pretty clean board here, tucking that double blue down to the bottom at the beginning. And the second one, putting it on the side, it might be, and that's going to build a nice platform for some drop time there. So drop time's not going to be a big deal there for Spunky Muster towards the end. Notice that beautiful setup on the left-hand side. She only needs one more yellow. She's out at a 113 ahead of JB.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. Meanwhile, It's Sportsy is just dealing with these last little blues, and he is out at a 123.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, William in Texas is just trying to get a couple more reds, and he is out at a 134.
And JB out at a 132, getting the blue that he finally needed. Last couple viruses were blue, so just had to wait that out. Meanwhile, Spunky Muster, there's a lot of blue and red at the top of that board, but look at that drop down all the way to the bottom of the board, a nice horizontal with the yellows. That's showing that there is vision there. Spunky Muster is seeing the different layers, and it's awesome to see, but it's going to run out of yellow pretty quickly.
Hmm. And meanwhile, It's Sportsy, I just noticed he did a sweet little flip into position with I think it was a yellow red. And you could tell he was happy about that because just his facial expressions, he looked very proud of himself, and you should be. Those plays
Mhm.
aren't the easiest, and they always feel good when you can set them off right.
And William in Texas with a pretty clean board and good use of the double blue there to create a horizontal, dropping lots of good stuff down. A nice, efficient use of that double yellow as well. And so just getting through here. Sportsy needs a bunch of blue, so that could slow him down a tiny bit. Taking that blue on the left-hand side first would cause some drop time. Oh, a perfect blue lightning bolt there for Sportsy.
Yeah, lovely. Out at a 254 is Sportsy, and JB was also just out at roughly the same time after a wonderful all yellow fat log.
Oh, love to see it. The sunshine log. And
Hmm.
Spunky Muster, 7 viruses ahead, um, being very efficient here. Curious to see how the blue is going to dole itself out and, possibly how is the bottom going to be taken care of? Horizontally, vertically, what's going to go on? And yeah, making sure that you don't get too tunnel visiony about trying to avoid drop time and something like this. I think it's kind of inevitable.
Yeah, that's the thing with these kind of earlier levels. Drop time is going to happen whether you want it to or not a lot of the time.
Mhm.
Speaking of drop time, though, it's Sporty's board rather vertical from what I've noticed, and as we said, drop time is going to happen. Some boards you have to have it happen. It's just the way of the game sometimes. Although with a
Mhm.
nice horizontal yellow getting those blues into position.
Mhm. And Spunky Muster waiting patiently for for a blue red. That's going to advance the plans on the lower left, but now can build platforms up to the double red uh, up top. Yeah, is working really hard to avoid taking out those plans. But yeah, she is still ahead. And this double red going to be excellent. Oh, perfect payoff for Spunky Muster out at a
Lovely.
432.
Yeah, meanwhile, you've got William in Texas just making a lovely drop horizontal clear.
Mm,
Another one happening right now, just getting all of those viruses on the right-hand side of the board cleared and taken care of. Looks
mhm,
like he's going to be setting up another horizontal with that red and a vertical blue.
mhm. JB out at a 457 just about, and is about 10 virus back from Spunky Muster, who is really so clean on this level. Sportsy with a little bit of trouble with some garbage there, but notice he's going to be able to clear out if he gets a double blue, which he's getting right now, or a blue red. That garbage is going to clear pretty easily. And that was a great tuck with the double yellow to take out some of the bottom of the board.
Hmm. Yeah. Meanwhile, with JB, he is really kicking back, but maybe he'll make a sudden chase down. But as we're looking to the top half of the board, William in Texas has a chase down of his own to go for. There's a Yeah, it's looking pretty dire. With it's Sporty being very close to finishing out his level 7.
Hmm. That that virus, the yellow virus in column two, a little bit tricky because he did have the blue on top of it, but then also he made a dependence on some drop time now in column one with the reds. So that's going to be tricky, a little bit more of a dependence even. Um, so that's going to be difficult for Sportsy, but clearing this out means that he's going to be able to tuck a yellow if he's precise, but now he drops that, and so he's going to be working again towards going vertically. So this was a bit of a slowdown there for Sportsy.
Mm.
Meanwhile,
Out of a
Spunky Mooster
649.
is going to just need a couple more red, or sorry, blue colors are a thing. Just keep throwing it away, and is going to be out at a 649, breaking her PB by 10 seconds. Oh, we
Ex-
asked for PBs and they deliver.
and JB out at a 701. Meanwhile, William in Texas has 10 viruses left. Will he continue the fight or will he stop early? Let's keep an eye on him and see what he does.
Well, we have our first decider, so we are going to focus exclusively on JB and Spunky Mooster. They're going to get going in just a minute. But wow, that was an excellent game from Spunky Mooster. Just very, very clean. Um, it looked great. I'm excited to see more
Mhm.
from her.
Absolutely. It just as we were saying about the skill ceiling, it's so high these days. You just love to see all of these newer players coming in and showing what they're made of, and you love to see it.
Yeah, and the thing is, we also have a bunch of people who are saying to us, "Hey, I watched for a couple months before I decided to qualify for the first time. I watched and I practiced a lot." And you can tell from the moves that people are making that they did their homework. They've been watching people go further levels down the board. They've been working on their horizontals. And so the caliber of play for people who are coming in first, it's they're students of the game. And so it's really exciting to see. And we have readies from both players.
Yep, we got our 3, 2, 1, and pills. And they're off.
Unfortunately, JB is starting on level 8. So he will have to make sure to play the correct level, and we'll have to adjust whatever time has happened. It's happened before. I think our very own champion Swang has done it on occasion, so it's something that happens. But I was like, wow, I like Spunky Muster's board a lot better than JB's, and I know why.
It's like, wow, this board looks so much emptier. What's going on here?
Right? I know. So Spunky Muster definitely with the advantage here, but it's such a high up board with no blue showing up. So it's hard
Mm.
to get any plans advanced whatsoever. But I think I see a potential um, for the horizontal blue to be coming down. Um, but dropping that horizontal red on the side means some of the blue is going to get taken out. But good. Okay, plans are starting to move on Spunky Muster's side. Um,
Yeah, things are looking a little less. I mean, they're still a bit bunched together, but whether that's just because of the structure of the board or because of the plays that have been made, it's hard to say.
mhm.
But Spunky Muster's board is looking a little bit tidier at the very least.
Right. And the thing is that what's going to happen? I think if Spunky Muster takes the red out horizontally, the yellow plans are gonna be a little bit problematic. All the blue horizontal at the bottom is the only one that is not going to cause any difficulty there. But JP out of level 8 at 145 um,
I mean,
now
even
sees
for,
that.
even for a level 8, that's pretty good timing. But unfortunately,
Yeah.
that's not the correct level.
Right, right. So has to start over. So one thing that Spunky Muster's got to be careful about, and any player has to be, is if you do a little bit of screen looking, if you look at your opponent um, out of your peripheral vision, if you see that something's very off like that, it's hard for you to not get a little bit thrown off. So Spunky's just got to keep going with her game.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, JB, a lot of red necessary for this. So he's going to be trying to take it out as efficiently as possible. But luckily, reds are coming through.
Yeah, it looks like not quite a red rush, but getting the reds when he needed it. And now you're getting a few more red blues. Hopefully some yellows will also come into play, and there we go, double red. Just one more blue, and then JB will be out of level 4 in a 102.
That's a great time.
Mm.
Meanwhile, Spunky's going to be trying to navigate the blues and yellows as efficiently as possible. Notice that the blues at the bottom are getting ready to be taken in a horizontal fashion. That's going to be good. This board is going to come down nicely. One little issue there with the horizontal yellow. So the tricky thing is not to bring that down too hard. Um, but yeah, now JB already plowing through 5.
Yeah, I think JB has a couple reasons maybe for why he's fighting so hard. One, to keep playing in the tournament, and two, I feel like most people would want to really push it to the limit after making a level mistake. It happens to the best of us, so just
Mhm.
means getting to see what the players are made of.
Mhm. Now, Spunky Muster's got to deal with, yes, a beautiful navigation around that garbage up top. I was a little worried that maybe she might try really hard to avoid that or use it for later, but really you just got to bring it down right away. So this board is going to be a little bit tricky because of how much blue is across the top. You'd like a little more diversity, but Spunky Muster's getting started.
Hmm. And meanwhile, with the JB on level 5, he's getting very close to the end. Just needs a couple more blues, and then he will be out. Taking a little bit of accidental, unnecessary drop time with those clears at the bottom of the board, but it's no harm really. With the with these games, we pay attention to the timers at the end of the race, not necessarily like who finishes first on the stream.
Mhm.
So the time
Exactly.
is what we have to pay attention to.
Yeah, but actually, I think JB was out of level 5 about 30 seconds before, Spunky Muster was on her game, so, I think there's a big time advantage for JB right now, and yeah, you if you've made a mistake like that, you are gonna be running on a lot of adrenaline, and sometimes that's kinda good for Dr. Mario, and sometimes it's real bad, so you just wanna watch out for that. But meanwhile, Spunky Muster working around these blues, and look at that, tucking that yellow all the way down to the bottom,
Hmm.
to make that very efficient. Now, there was a tiny bit of waste of that blue red that was dropped into column 6, but provided more blue shows up, it won't be too punishing, and there's an underclear possibility for that red. So it wasn't totally wasted.
Yeah, right now Spunky Muster's board is looking really clean, like all things considered, and now just needing to insert that double red, and she will be into level 7 at a 602.
Mhm. But JB hot on her heels. He only has 4 viruses left. He was working on maybe a horizontal with the blues in the board. That's still doable, but now he can go vertically as well. So we'll see. I think going horizontally because he has some of the infrastructure is a good idea. Um, but yeah, he's going to be out at about 440. So that's extending that lead.
Right, so let's have a look at this level 7 of JB's. It's not a terrible top board, but it could be better. A lot of blues. Um but he is getting the pills he needs to clear it all out nice and neatly.
Hmm. And Spunky Muster needs a lot of red at the bottom. And I wonder if she's going to be holding out for a double blue at the top. That's always something risky, but
Oh,
oh my
there it is.
gosh, it's coming. Do it.
Ask ask and you
Yes.
shall receive. Like if you ask nice enough, the doc will be nice enough to you back
Oh,
sometimes.
wow. That that's great. And yeah, this is very clean play there from Spunky Muster. Oh, and a little bit of a double red rush. Love to see it.
Red rush right when you need it. You couldn't ask for anything better, really. And meanwhile, JB is storming through this level 7 as well. Only 18 viruses left.
Mhm. And I think it is gonna go to, it's strongly likely that it could go to JB in the end here with the time difference, but he RNG's gotta provide, he's gotta do the right thing with those pills, and oh my gosh, the blues and yellows, really not the thing that he wants to see, and he
Mm.
did not use a red pill half to advance a red virus plan. So that's tricky that you always want to do that in a situation like this. So we're going to watch that time carefully. I think this is the true definition of a chase down, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. Like these are the matches that you really want to be paying close attention to. Truly the love of the game. You can really appreciate it. I am intrigued by how JB didn't use that blue red
Mhm.
to further advance that red clear at the bottom, but maybe
Yeah, he
just not wanting to rely on the fact that, blues aren't the most common pill in the game after all.
sure. Yeah, it's I think that with red so prominent on this board, you really gotta use red on red whenever you see it. And certainly anytime a red blue shows up, there's a little bit of hesitation there.
Hmm.
But he's bringing it down. He has like 30 seconds to get the job done, and depending on how it all comes down, I'm looking at that column 4. The blue is probably not going to be taken vertically. I think horizontally is the way to go at the bottom. We see this. Very nicely done.
Yeah, some really strong clears happening here, just needing a little bit more red blue just to clear out the rest of it, and one yellow, and he will be done.
But he's got to
Oh.
stack this. Oh my gosh. Is Spunky going to take it?
Oh,
Oh,
wow. Oh my
okay.
goodness.
So this one, folks, we're going to have to sit on this one for a second because, especially with the timer issues, we're going to have to look and see if that's a spunky win decidedly, if that's JB for some reason, or if we might have a tie. So everyone stick around for a little bit. We will figure out that for you. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I know you're eagerly awaiting that match. And you know what? In the interest of keeping the stream moving along, we're going to do something a little unprecedented. We are going to start our next matches and have a couple people figuring this out behind the scenes. So we will get you the response, the ruling as soon as we can. So we're going to set up for our next few matches and keep reviewing JB Henry versus Spunky Buster, keep you in suspense. This is the DRMC.
Welcome back to our silver bracket action here at the DRMC. I'm Mook the Librarian. Joining me is Influx for this one. And want to say another just thank you to everybody for bearing with us as we break in our amazing new restreamer. We love her to death. And if you don't, then you just haven't met her yet. Anyway, Influx, we've got our 1-8 and our 4-5 going on. What you thinking?
Um, Hi. Yeah, I'm thinking that I'm excited to see some Dr. Mario. Yeah, it's four screens at once. It's a lot, but let me pull the sheet up here.
So while you're doing that, I will say we did get confirmation just a moment ago from both from our review team and JB or sorry, Spunky Muster did end up taking that 1 second win in the last one, so she will be going on to the next round. Meanwhile, here we've got these four players coming up here, and now what are you thinking, Influx?
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to see these matchups. Yeah, Slay and Sarah's, that's going to be a very strong match. I mean, on the bottom, Prey and Cat Pants as well. Um, Slay, I know, took the July 24 silver tournament, so definitely has shown his pedigree.
Yeah, and with Cat Pants and Prey, I mean, they've already met twice. Cat Pants has had Prey's number, but it's always gone to a decider. And you know, with Sarge, he's had seven runner-up finishes now. He's really kinning for a good just overall silver bracket win, and I really would love to see that for him. But he's got a tough road ahead with every time we slay.
Yeah. Three of these players are commentators as well. So you know that they watch a lot of Dr. Mario. They have not just a player's mentality, but also the analytical mentality of commentating. So they've got a few different perspectives that they're taking to this game.
We have actually gotten Cat Pants on the mic before too, so that's been it's always a lot of fun getting new
All
voices in. But
around.
yes, yes, indeed. All right, so once we've got all of our readies, we'll be putting it on for you guys here. Let's see a few of them already. Got it ready from Cat Pants. We've got our readies. Okay, all players are ready. Thank you to the DRMC, who's going to give us our 3, 2, 1 and Bills.
Prey first here out of the gate. Looks like a lot of blue on that top line, and probably not going to elect for any shapes here. Probably just going to take everything vertically. Working with horizontals that high up the board can be really risky.
Yeah, meanwhile, up on our top match, I see Prey's got some, or not Prey, Slay's got some interesting ideas. Unfortunately, does not have any more red on the board. There's one red pill half left, and he's actually just waiting to use it. So there we go. He is out of red. Sarge has almost nothing but red though, so it's gonna be a bit of a race to see who gets the RNG in their favor first on that top match. Slay with a good clear there, and it is now 6-4.
Yeah, back down on the bottom, Prey has just been melting through this level 4, and Cat Pants is really jammed up with a bunch of red on that right side. Almost all of her columns have red on top. So getting access to any other colors is going to be really difficult, especially if she doesn't get some red real fast here.
Yep. And yeah, that's a lot of red still left on that board, especially with Prey already out. Slay has popped out of a level 4 into level 5 at a minute 7, just about a second behind Prey, who is not actually playing against, but it always feels good to be the first one in your block out. We also have Sarge now out at just sub minute and a half, so not a terribly big gap between these two, but Sarge definitely going to have to put on a little bit of steam here if he wants to catch up to every time we slay.
Yeah. Prey, that level 4 success, he's replicating it here in level 5. He is just tearing right through, making some really good, efficient plays. A lot of his viruses were doubled up from the get-go, so he definitely was looking at some fortunate board layout there. But Cat Pants is just about to join him. I think she's a little flustered here, forgetting what color she needs. Oh,
She's
topping
also on
out.
the wrong level.
Oh
So I
my
believe
goodness.
Cat Pants just realizing that she has gone onto the wrong level needs to restart her timer, go back to level 4. She will be doing that here shortly. We,
I was
yeah,
so
we
engrossed I
just saw
didn't
that
even
once.
notice.
Yeah, we just saw that once, so we're seeing it again. Hopefully, she will reset. There she goes. Okay, so just like we saw with the last game, it is gonna just depend on what her time is at the end of an actual 4 to 7. Cat Pant's gonna have to not get flustered here, and that's gonna be the tough sell. She has
Mhm.
said to me in the past that nerves are really her weakness. So wish her all the best in getting over that, as this is going to be, yeah, it's just going to make it tougher. Meanwhile, up on our top match, we see uh, Slay is about 9 viruses away from finishing his level 6. Sarge still stuck in his level 5, but that is going to be a nice clear there. He still got some garbage to take care of on his column 1, but overall, not a bad look. Let's see if he can manage. Okay, good. He doesn't completely wreck everything, and you see that blue setup. That is the sign of a veteran player right there. He is going to join Slay with the next blue.
Yeah, meanwhile, Slate had a misdrop for sure in column 5 over there, accidentally putting that blue down instead of, or red down instead of clearing the blue. But here, out of 6 into his level 7 at about a 354.
So it's going to be a question with Prey. What is the time going to be out of 6 here? And I think more importantly, even for him, is what is Cat Pants levels 4 and 5 going to look like? She's already uh 13, 12 viruses left in her level 5. I was thinking she was still on 4 there for a second. So she has been zooming right along, notwithstanding taking that level 6 earlier.
Yeah, she's maintaining that composure, and she is getting what looks to be a lot better RNG on these levels than that initial 6 foible, too. So, very fortunate for her.
Yeah, that's again, it's just really tough to get through that, and she is out of 5 at a 216. So I have no times to compare that to at the moment. So we're just going to wait and see. And speaking of things we're waiting to see when Sarge is going to get some yellow. But it does look as if that is going to be a moot point, as Slay is almost out of this level 7 here at just north of 5 minutes. That is going to be close and probably will be on our hot times list, as Sarge does the look to see if Slay has finished.
Yeah, Sarge
And
just looking for permission to top out here.
and that 525 gonna be number 15 on our hot times list.
GG's hot time here in the 4 to 7 level block.
Also a PB for Slay. So, all right. So we're on the bottom match. We've got just south of 6 minutes here for Prey. He needs 2 more blues to get himself out. And there's 1, there's 2. It is going to be a 6:05. So that is the time to beat. Cat Pants now, if she's watching, has a clue. If not, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. But oh, that yellow blue, exactly what she needs. That's going to
Yeah.
help out with the bottom of this board. And that goes with something Frank told me in our interview a couple of months back, that he always takes out the bottom of his board first when he gets a chance to keep himself from screwing it up. I felt that when he said it, and the more I think about that when I watch players play, the more real it is. All right, 2 minutes, 2 minutes on the timer for Cat Pants, and Prey. All he can do is sit and watch. and we're going to see what Cat Pants can do with this level 7.
Yeah, 2 minutes is a lot of time, but it goes really fast as you get these solves going.
Gotta wonder if it's fast enough for Prey, who's going to be sitting here just on pins and needles. I know. All right.
Yeah, at this point, it's out of his hands, and it's all in the hands of Cat Pants, who's really been making some great plays down here.
Yeah, smart tucking there. That's really doing a good job. Nice clear there, and she's going to get the right hand side first. So this under clear there is exactly what I was expecting her to do. That's going to leave a column, that column 5, pretty stacked up, but it's doubled up in the middle, and those blues on top. I mean, with a blue red, which is what she gets here, that's exactly what she needs. That's going to reduce her drop time. And now with just under a minute left, uh, she is down to just needing 2 blues and a red. Let's see when they show.
Yeah, now just a single blue, and Prey sees the future coming here. A 5:27. It looks like Cat Pants is out, and she takes game 1 on the bottom.
And that previously was the number 15 top time. Several players that Cat Pants is tied now with, but that drops down to the number 16 hot time. And still, Cat Pants in a tie with several players for that 5:27. So GG's. I believe
That's a
that
substantial
is
PB for her.
it's PB for her as well. All right. Well, that was exciting. Let's see what happens next.
I know I'm going to be keeping my eyes peeled to make sure that everyone's on the right level to start on this next match.
Yeah, I took far too long to notice that myself, so I'm with you. And all right, we've got a ready from Cat Pants, we've got a ready from Sarge, we've got a ready from Slay. So, and I see a ready from Prey, so that appears to be everything.
Slay and Cat Pants both playing on high, it looks like. I do favor high in these lower level blocks, especially, as it makes the tucks a little bit faster, but it can also add that sort of pressure to make a decision quickly, which, if you're still trying to figure out and get comfortable with, especially like a horizontal game, that could lead to some misdrops. So a little bit more volatile here.
Yeah, I did a little practice on high and 4 to 7 this week, and I noticed, it sets down at high speed no matter what you're doing. So it threw me off, and I said, nope, I'm done. So it really does depend a lot of times on what you're accustomed to.
Mhm.
Speaking of what's going to depend, let's see what Ray is going to get here. He keeps getting double yellows, which is kind of the last thing he wants. He wants another yellow blue to get this big clear. Is going to work underneath his board and just kind of wait around for the right pill. There it is. Big drop there. It's going to put some garbage on his board, but if he gets this horizontal, then it'll be less garbage, but it looks like he may just be taking it vertically. Can't say I blame him there.
Yeah, Prey just has a giant chasm on the left side of his board, completely devoid of viruses in columns 1 through 3. Meanwhile, up top, Slate and Saras have both been playing really cleanly, both down to just a handful of viruses left in their level 4.
Making a clean play. Cat Pants already out of level 4 into level 5, and now so is Slay. Those two have just been putting on a clinic in these level 4s here. Cat Pants making a difficult play there. I think it was planned with the blue red.
Mm.
It's hard to say because I can see where she could take this red horizontally and kind of get everything moving the way she wants. It's really just going to kind of depend. And at this point, yeah, she's going to cut her losses, call it a misdrop, and keep on moving. Prey disgusted at the RNG. He needs 2 blues. Going to get them together. There he goes. Out of 147, not the time he was looking for.
Meanwhile, up top, Saros is playing a couple rows up from the bottom. Means that he's going to have more drop time unless he can build these structures to kind of mitigate the other half of the pill that's going to fall after he clears, for example, this yellow.
Yeah, he does see that horizontal on the blue, though. That's exactly what you wanted to see from him. And looks like, yeah, he sees this horizontal option there. Oh, doesn't see, he gets it this time and is going to get that out of the way. He's just a horizontal and two verticals, not just one yellow away from being out of five. Slay just beats him out, though, and these two are in a virtual tie.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes. That's on pace for a hot time here in this level block. These players are just speeding away. Meanwhile, down below, Prey is trying to keep up, trying to join Cat Pants in level 6, but she is just getting all sorts of bonus clears as she's waiting for him to catch up.
Yeah, and a lot of that is just really, really solid, smart plays. I mean, it's exactly what we expect from Cat Pants. She has really grown her game by leaps and bounds, especially this year, I think. And oh, beautiful plays there to
Yeah.
get herself into a good position. And I don't hate Prey's board here. It's very vertical in column two, but there's so much that's paired up. He could get some good efficiencies if the doc is playing well with him.
Up top, Slay has lots of viruses stacked in his column 8. We'll see. He's trying to play in a horizontal to dig that blue out from the bottom. A great way to reduce the traffic light situation, which could otherwise cost him a lot of time.
Yeah, but look at this efficient play from Sarge, who is just four reds away from being out of six and taking what would be, I believe, his first lead of this match. Oh, the double red blitz comes and he is out at a 405 into his level 7. Oh, right at the same time as Slay. So no lead for Sarge. It is a virtual tie again.
Oh my goodness, it's all down to one level. Cat Pants here, also at the bottom, down to her final level. Prey yet to catch up, but looks like he's got a misflip there, and I don't know what his plan is for that red in column 2. I don't know if he's forgotten about it, but yeah, you see him sagging his head there, knows that he is not in an enviable situation right now.
Yeah, I mean no situation in this game is completely out of the realm of possibility. We've watched five years of this tournament and we have seen it all. So it's definitely something that, you don't ever want to see somebody give up. But yeah, Prey's definitely going to need to turn on the Jets when he gets into this seven. And I mean, he knows it. He knows where he is right now. But man, Cat Pants on pace. If she gets two more reds here pretty quickly, she's going to get an even better PB.
Oh,
And
get
here's
starved
one.
out. No PB for her. But still, only
There's
a couple
two.
seconds behind. That is some consistent play for Cat Plants. GG's.
Yeah, that is 2 seconds behind her brand new PB that she just got. That is, oh, that is gut wrenching for Prey, but GG's to Cat Pants, who we will see in the next round as Sarge and Slay also giving us a good clinic up at the top. Slay with one more yellow, though. He will be out as well. Out at a 557. That is going to be enough to take the match there as well. So no decider, but man, oh man, what a couple of really, really good games here on both sides of this board.
Yeah, good games all around. The Crows go wanting as we head on to the next level block.
All right, with that, we are going to step away and get ready for the next pair of matches. You'll want to catch them soon. This is the DRMC. And welcome back, everyone. Thanks again for your patience as we are again breaking in a new amazing restreamer. I am Ook, and joining me is JB Henry for this one. JB, this second set of round two matches, we have got Larva versus Sportsy and Spunky Muster versus Archer Lewis. So it's going to be a heck of a pair of matches.
Yeah, very excited about both these matches. Sportsy, somebody who's come out of my own personal community and has been one of those folks entering the silver bracket, hoping to move their way up. Larva's a mainstay, and there's some dude behind her. And then we've got Archer Lewis, who I think is really going to be somebody who makes a splash in 2026 going up against Spunky Muster. Looking forward to both of these matches here as we're just waiting on readies. Believe it's first time matchups all around here.
Yes, indeed. And it's really, we've got the two stalwarts, the ones who have really already made their mark in this bracket, and in Larva and Archer, both players that you really honestly, you expect to see do well in any tournament they take part in. Against Sportsy and Muster, who Sportsy really has just come into his own in the last couple of months. And Muster just showed us exactly what she's made of. So it's going to be a good. I'm excited. I'm excited for all of this.
Yeah, absolutely. Quad box action for you here in the silver bracket. We have at least 3 readies. I think I see all 4 of them. Yeah, looks like we've got readies from all 4 players.
Right.
So here we go. We
Things
got the
going here.
countdown. 3, 2, 1, and pills. Chat helping around, helping us out there, calling those pills, and off we go. Very floaty board for Sportsy. A bit floaty for Larva as well. Everything's a little bit condensed, and there are connections she can make. Archer has a pretty good board setting up for that L along the bottom half of the board. And then we've got Spunky, who's playing a pretty good start as well. Doesn't really have anything cleared, but making some good setups.
Yeah, and I mean those setups are going to be essential for kind of finishing everything out here. Uh, gonna be wow, just yeah, it's a lot of Dr. Mario going on here, and uh, Sportsy almost out of this level. Gonna need just this one red left. As we've got Archer out first, and then we'll get timers and everything on everybody here here very shortly. But you got to imagine that given the amount of time
Sportsy's
between their starts, it shouldn't be too far off. Yep.
Yeah, Sportsy pretty pumped. I think he knows he's in the lead here. Larva getting into 5 next, right at about that minute 7 here, as we're getting everything just adjusted and looking pretty on our side here. 20 viruses to go for Sportsy on his level 5. For Spunky Muster, she's got 14 to go on level 5. Archer looks to be right around a dozen as well, so pretty evenly matched along the bottom of your screen here.
Yeah, and I actually caught myself. I just did a quick count of Larva's pill viruses to make sure that she was on the right level. I got since we can't see the level things yet, as we're getting all of that just kind of fine tuned in there. I had a minor just heart attack there. I was like, it can't happen a third time in the same stream. It did not. So yeah, it's
I
really tight up
know
there
what
at
you're
the top.
I don't know what you're talking about, Luke. I can totally count from 7 to 7 from 4. It's 8, 4, 5, 6, 7. So
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, it was a fire 8, so I'm glad you did it. But uh, we've got, oh man, so much red over on Larva's board. And again, we've got Sportsy taking the lead there, as just got the better RNG right now, but also playing a really good set of 4 to 7 here, as Spunky Muster trying to join Archer
Archer
over
in
here in
7 here.
7.
Yeah, and Sportsy's been playing with a lot of fire. Is really playing quickly, efficiently. He's down to 19 viruses. He's been holding on to a lead here. Oh, but he's got that misflip.
Ooh.
But he's able to quickly correct it. He'll have to deal with some garbage down towards the bottom of the board, but he can work and focus on the top of the board here. He is down to 16 as he's across the 3-minute mark, and it looks like we have Spunky into 6.
I'm very confused at this point, but oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I know what's happening. The boards are getting reset. So we will have all the information as soon as this match is over. Don't worry, folks. The players cannot see what's happening, and they are still continuing to play. They will give us the best that they've got, and we will know what is happening. Either way, it's all going to work out very well.
All right. And it looks like now Archer now into 7 here. Both players into 7 here, right around the same time. Actually,
I think
looks like we
Spunky
might
Meester might
have a
have the
little
lead.
bit of misinformation on that right side. We'll get that fixed. But right now, it does look like it is Archer in 7 and Spunky Meester in 6 on the bottom of your screen. Meanwhile, top of your screen, Larva has managed to take the lead here. She's crossed the 4-minute, 12-second mark. She's into 7 first. Sportsy not far behind, though. Tough misdrop, though, in his end game.
Yeah, that's going to cause some trouble. It may not cause as much time, just really depends on, again, if the pills show up, that is a quick, if a double red shows up here, that's going to be almost no time, just a little bit of trouble. But honestly, he was going to be waiting around for a red right here anyway. It's just a little bit harder. It cost him maybe 2 seconds, but he's into 7 as well, as you say. And yeah, it is going to be. Closing in here as Spunky Meester into her level 7 as well. I see what you mean with the copying of the information from Archer's side, but anyway, it's great play there from Meester. She saw what she needed and was able to kind of make the right calculations. That is something we don't see from newer players that often, that they're able to kind of see the board in that way. So really, really good play there. And Archer going to be out at a 5:23, and they will take game number 1.
Great run there by Archer. Archer is, I don't want to say the gold standard of silver, but Archer is a very, very fast player and is a very formidable opponent. So big test here for Spunky. Looking at the top of the board here, it looks like Larva's going to come away with this here. She's got open access to any sort of clear she wants, and that looks to be the case here. And then we didn't pay the power bill.
Fine. We'll have her back here in just a moment.
Just a moment.
There we go. Yep, she's
There
out
we
at a
go.
5:52. Right. So yeah, I mean anything under a 6 is usually a winning time in this block in this tournament, but our players are looking for those low 5s, sub 5s, whatever they can get. And 5:52 more than sufficient here. Although again, Sportsy's been playing really well, and that's some tough RNG down at the bottom as well. This double blue going to be helpful. Let me eat my words. All right, one more yellow for Sportsy, and he will be out at, looks like a 6:47.
If you're gonna go out with a nice little combo. Make yourself feel good.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the small victories.
Oh, absolutely.
We've got
Yeah,
Spunky just
Meester sees
about.
it.
Oh, Spunky's gonna top out. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Level 4, level 4, level 4, and once Larva gets it reset, we will know. I'm gun shy now, JV.
Well, it looks
And
like
it was this.
everybody's on 4. So
It was the same thing with Cat Pants when she played that level 6. I mean, it was a decent level 6. It wasn't. Honestly, she's probably happier that it wasn't part of the level block, but we just we see a little everything here.
Oh, Sports is going to get a can of Dr. Mario juice.
Always, always helpful.
We're on a quick hold here.
Yep. I imagine it's to try to get the bottom right there set up. So just take a moment and let's see. I know we had said that these players have done a lot. We've got Larva was last year's overall silver runner-up and has three titles to her name, as does Archer. And yeah, Spunky Muster just in her second tournament ever. And Sportsy, I'm gonna have to update what Sportsy's got. I mean, he's pulling off win after win after win, and it's been just a whole new world for him. So just really excited to see the growth that he's got.
And while we're on this hold, quick reminder that pre-registration for our Cincinnati World Championships for Versus is now open. There is an entry fee this time around, but this gets you full access to Arcade Legacy in Cincinnati, as well as a lot more amenities. We won't be at Torg, but we're still going to have our own independent event, and we hope we can see you there. There's even a hotel block, so that's really right across the street from the venue. So we'd love to see you there out in Cincinnati. First weekend in November. We are still on a hold here, so stand by. Welcome back, everybody. We just had a little bit of a technical hiccup. We were getting fixed. We should be all squared away here for our second game. We've got Larva and Sportsy on the top of your screen, the 3 and the 6, and the 2 and the 10, Archer Lewis and Spunky Muster on the bottom of your screen. Let's just get players to re-ready here,
Yeah,
and then we will
got
get going.
all of them right quick on the draw there. Love to see it. haven't had a good love to see it yet in this in this commentary. So and yes, all 4
3,
players are
2,
on level 4.
1, and they're all on level 4 and pills.
Right, Archer the first one out, and not an unfriendly board. I love just how much of everything is available. Although that column 4 are going to get pretty spired quickly if they don't get to it. If the pills don't show up to get to it quickly.
Yeah, on the top here, it's about a 4 virus lead here for Sportsy. Sportsy's got a floaty board, likely going to pick up that blue in column 1 last, but working on everything else on his board. Going to drill down, get everything set up. Going to go horizontal on this blue in row 2. I like that decision. Larva at 9 here. Larva could really use a boost of yellow, especially in the center of that board. She could get some quick work done. Instead, she gets that horizontal.
Yeah, and I love that decision there from Sportsy to get that horizontal down at the bottom of the board. And looks like he's thinking it's not going to come in as a T, but it is okay. He's trying to make the plans work, and unfortunately, that's going to drop down. So he is going to be having to take care of a little bit of business here. But this yellow red exactly what he needs. He's going to be out at a 119, and
Yeah,
Larva out at a
Sportsy
116.
Yeah, these players are really close. Sportsy definitely has been making, just strides in his board vision. We've been seeing it on display. Still a couple of hiccups here. It happens to the best of us. We see both of our players on the bottom screen down in level 5. Looks like right around that 92nd territory. It is a 5 virus lead here for the second seed, Archer Lewis, as he is working on that right side and then shifting over to the left, dropping the garbage piece down. But that's good. That reduces drop time when you're playing a higher elevation board.
Yeah, and again with his opponent, the board vision that Spunky Muster's been showing, really all tournament at this point has been really solid. Made a micro adjustment earlier, just saw the right piece and saw a piece come up that had a better place and just was able to make the adjustments. Right now, holding the 5 virus lead is Archer Lewis. And if we look at the top board,
Wow.
yeah, Larva's out, and this could be very quick for Sportsy as soon as those reds show up.
Yeah, Larva was an absolute menace in her end game. Just had a really nice set of clears to get herself out. But look at this red bolt by Sportsy. He's out at a 240, so he's not too far behind here. It's a 2 virus chase down. Meanwhile, on the bottom, it is a 6 virus lead here for Archer Lewis as he is looking to get out of this tough corner situation. Really just yellow dependent, and then does have that column 1 open, so he can get some reds pushed down easily and be out at a 303. So going first into level 6, Archer Lewis halfway through the game.
Yeah, it's been really solid play from Archer to keep this board moving. And if you look up at Larva's board, you can see all of this blue. It can be a blessing or curse. It just depends on the pill RNG at this point. What is this seed? Is it any good? Is there anything decent to say about it? If the blues don't show up, it's going to be a very long level 6 for Larva. Assuming they do, maybe not so bad, but that's a double red rush, and thankfully, at least it's over now.
Yeah, and looking on the bottom here, it's still pretty close, or it was close. It looks like Archer now just steamrolling here in his end game. Great under clear, getting everything he needs to get out. This double blue is going to be massive. I might have gone flat just to really hammer home that double horizontal, but dealer's choice really, as now it is a yellow rush here. French's mustard coming everywhere.
Yeah, the good news is the double blue signals the end of that one. There it is, and there's a red. So out of the 422, and he's just waiting for it to happen.
A cold play amount of yellow on Archer's board there to end it. Larva looking for some blues here to get out. Oh, she might top out. She's topped out. Oh no, at 435. She's going to restart. She's not going to throw in the towel. Sportsy at 28. Larva is now an entire level behind Sportsy after that very unfortunate top out precluded her from advancing to 7.
We have seen players win a match after a top out, but I don't know that it's ever happened with a player being that close to the end of a level. The only times I ever remember it happening, the players were much earlier in the level. So it's gonna be a fight, but that's gonna be the thing to watch right here as Larva is gonna be pushing down. She's got her fiance right behind her. He is the king of the push down. He's back there quietly coaching her, probably not saying a word if he's smart. Uh, and
Shut up and
yeah,
let me play. No.
no. I can imagine how the nerves would be.
Yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
great T clear there from Archer on our bottom match to put this one just about away. You need a few blues, one more red, and yeah, these blues are exactly what they need to be out of here. So here we've got it Sportsy. He's down to his last 5. Larva charging ahead in through this 6. That may be the fastest 6 she's ever played.
Yeah, I think she's playing with a little bit of fury after that top out. I know top outs just can be brutal here, but Sportsy is down to his final 2, so it's just looking like he needs a blue here, and he will take game number 2, and we will have a decider for our 3 and 6 up top. But on the bottom, Archer Lewis is out at a 6:01, and it looks like we are just going to call it there.
And yeah, and in a final bit of I'm trying to be the cleanest way of saying it. It's a 619 for for Sportsy as Packy
Booyaka,
sits.
booyaka.
Oh dear.
Don't tell Packy.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, the crows are here and the larva is angry. I am certain this next one is gonna be fire.
I'm pretty sure I
Are we
saw
gonna
Larva say I'm fine to her coach, multi-time world champion Packy.
Yeah, so it's about to be something. So um Sportsy given the extra info there in our chat about the rest of his time. But all right, we've got readies from both players, and oh, this is one I'm glad not to be a part of, JB.
Yeah, it's I when you have that top out competitively, it lights a fire under you. I think Larva can carry that momentum here into a third game. She's very very good in the decider situations. I've
Hmm.
faced her numerous times, whether it's versus, whether it's speed, and she is just lightning quick in these third games.
And yeah, Larva doesn't lose a lot of silver matches. It just not been the case very much over the years. So
Mhm.
that on top of everything else, yeah, I feel like we're looking at a don't poke the bear sort of situation here. So we will see if that is what happens. As yeah, she's gonna be focused here.
Yeah, laser focus. She's 34 seconds in, Ook, and she's got 7 viruses to go. Now a half of a dozen. So she doesn't get the rotation she wanted on the bottom. It still has the clear, but this is going to be a sub-minute clear, possibly for both players.
Yeah, Sportsy on a good tear here. Good rotation there to kind of keep things moving in the right direction. As Larva gets one of those reds, just needs 2 more. There's one. Heavens to Betsy. It's blue,
66
yellow, all over the
seconds.
place.
Sportsy's not
As-
going to be far behind. He's going to be out just 10 seconds away.
All right, we got ourselves a match here. And yeah, Larva waiting for a red yellow to trigger everything. A red blue will also work. She's going to get that. And yeah, that column 7 and 8, I don't love for her because the temptation is always going to be there to take those reds horizontally. And if it doesn't turn out to be the right thing and you force it anyway, it can really slow you down. So I like this. Just go ahead, get the first one out of the way. You don't want to be stacked up all the way over there.
Yeah, you really have to figure, depending on at a certain elevation, you just can't make the horizontal play if it's not there. And I think that was a wise decision by Larva to just chunk it down vertically. She's actually turned this into a pretty good board situation for herself. Meanwhile, Sportsy's in a little bit of a garbage problem, but this double blue is going to help. He's going to help clear that center of his board here. He's still down by about 6 viruses, but he's starting to get plays going here. I think he's holding out for double red in column 7, and there it is. He sees it. That triple puts him down to 7.
And laying this double red down is going to be real good for him. So he's within just a couple of the lead. Larva, though, good horizontal there. And yeah, there's 1, there's 2, just needs 1 more yellow. There's 3. She's out of 242. So again, could we see a sub 5 from Larva? I wouldn't be shocked.
Sportsy had an easier play to potentially get out. Didn't really take a look at his next box. He had a double blue, and instead played the blue and ate the drop time. He could have played the double blue and eliminated any drop time there. So definitely important there, keeping an eye on your next box.
Yeah, that's one of those things that can separate our players. And I'm assuming that was a misdrop over in column 3, but it is wiped away right now. Still spired up in columns 3 and 5. There is Sportsy, but Pill's starting to show up for him, and a double blue here would be ideal, but he's not going to wait around for it. Again, I applaud the decision to just not wait around for unlikely pills.
Yeah, Sportsy's playing a little bit smarter with his end game. I think he came to the realization that there was going to be garbage. He's turning it into a good play. I love that blue underclear from Sportsy, and then dropping everything down, putting him into single digits. He's just a couple of viruses behind Larva here. Getting a good double, going to get himself another vertical double here as these players both crossing the 4-minute threshold.
Yeah, Larva not getting the reds that she needs for this end game. And oh yeah, just barely manages to prevent causing problems at the bottom of her board, and
Good
is going to
follow
get
out.
out. There it is at a 419. So in a good position. Sportsy though just needs some yellows to join her.
I could tell Larva was definitely taking her time when things got a little stacked up, just to make sure everything went her way so that lightning didn't strike twice. So she's doing real well here. Sportsy out at about a 439. He is got an 8 virus chase down here as these players into the final level. I'm loving this red setup here from Sportsy.
Yeah, it's a little messy, but it's going to take some stuff off the board. Actually, that's going to be a good setup there. And all right, it's a lot less messy. I'll be glad to eat those words. As Sportsy finds a use for almost everything in that garbage stack. And yeah, I think pulling that trigger right there is probably the best thing he could have done. If we look over at Larva's board, she's got a lot of red on this board, and that tuck was exactly what she needed to do. Now this double red blitz is over, and yeah, she used it to its fullest effect here in level 7, and things are looking good for her. She is 11 viruses ahead here, and there's not that much game left to play.
It's a great sequence here for Sportsy. Oh, he could still get out of this. That's a tough break though. He's gonna have to get that blue cleared away, but figure everything out, or he's gonna work around it. I like this decision by Sportsy, but that may have cost him the match. He is down to 11. Larva down to 2. Larva now down to 1, needing just a couple of blues, and there they are. Larva's gonna take it at a 6-minute flat. Oh, what a tough break there for Sportsy.
Yeah, that misdrop was not what you want to see, but yep, gonna just work his way out of it. And GG's, like we've said multiple times already, Sportsy really coming into his own in this tournament, and cannot wait to see him put some more players into some heart attacks. or worse. He's definitely been somebody who's just showing off some really good chops. And one more yellow, and he'll be out.
And there it is.
Well, GG's to all 4 of our players in that block, and you'll want to stick around. Our semifinals are coming up right next here on the DRMC.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dr. Mario Silver Speed Championships for September. My name is Sarge, and joining me in just a moment here will be Influx. And we got our first semifinal match coming up here. We got Every Time We Slay versus Cat Pants. Influx, what do you think of this potential matchup coming up here? Not potential match, but actual matchup.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Cat Pants has been on a great tear today, setting some really strong times. We'll see if she just set a new PB on the 4 to 7 level block. We'll see if she can do the same with the 6 to 9 now.
Yeah, these two have fought each other in the past. A round 1 victory by Slay back in August 24, and then a round 2 victory in January. Both of them 2-0, but that could very much change here. Like you said, Cat Pants has had some amazing matches today, and all it takes is a good match, little RNG, and anything can happen. That's why we do these matches.
Now, when it comes to the player profile pictures, what's your preferred one here? I think Cat Pants is a really strong one, but
I like lasers. Lasers are cool.
cats and lasers, what's not to like? But these otters, they're cute. Oh, and the players are ready?
We have our 3, 2, 1 in pills, and I'm not a fan of either one of these boards. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of yellow to be taken off in pairs on Cat Pants side. That's going to take off all the yellow real quick, making the garbage. And Slay has no viruses at all on her on their bottom 2 rows, and then just one on the 3rd row. That is a very, very floaty board.
Yeah, absolutely. A floaty board for Slay. And a lot of red for Cat Pants remaining here. She is going to have a little bit of drop time there, but using the red efficiently. And yeah, it looks like she's getting a very nice distribution of pills. Meanwhile, Slay is just doing a good job of keeping all of his drop time low as it can be.
They really are. And for a note for people, I am absolutely horrendous with pronouns. If I get any wrong, I do apologize. I can hardly keep track of my own pronoun half the time. But I do my best here, as it looks like we might not be able to see column. Never mind, right there. Someone already knew what I was going to say, so just ignore me. As Cat Pants is out, it looks like at a 119, and Slay was out just a couple of seconds afterwards.
Yeah, we can't currently see Slay's timer, but we know that they started just about the same time. So we'll just treat these players like they're roughly even right now as they start tucking into their level 7s.
It might just be the person playing right now has their timer off the edge of the screen. I totally did not have that happen to me earlier today. Oops. It's a very nice board for both these people right now. A few combo opportunities, particularly near rows 4 and 5 for Slay, and so many nice pairs up on Cat Pants. It'd be nice if it weren't all red, but these are both, compared to some of the ones we've seen earlier today, these are both very nice boards.
Yeah, Cat Pants unfortunately has made a couple of misplays here. On row 4, you see a double yellow that I believe she meant to try to tuck down in there. That's a very complicated play to make, and she just had a little bit of overshift here, so it's not going quite as smoothly as she hoped. But still, she's making great progress as she makes plans, it looks like, to take most of the remaining board horizontally.
Nice job making that red drop down to row 1 so she can get the horizontal reds in the bottom when she gets there. Right now, it's about a 5 virus lead for Slay. Not a very huge advantage right now, which is exactly what we like to see in matches like this.
Yeah. Oh, and Slay with a nice little drop combo to de-sandwich his last remaining red, so he'll be out of here at a 308 into his level 8. Very good time.
But Cat Pants right behind it at 317. almost a stone cold time. I'm a little disappointed, but yet again, we have one of these situations where there is no viruses at all besides that top red one in column 8 for Cat Pants. But beyond that, look at all those horizontal pairs and vertical pairs on Cat Pants' board. Yeah, Slay has a lot as well, but they're almost all yellow.
Yeah, Slay's board has just looked like a giant staircase of yellow, which can mean some efficient clears, but it also means that it doesn't really have the opportunity to foster much color diversity.
I suddenly have this urge for soda, and I'm not sure why. Cat Pants has so much blue on her board right now. That always makes me nervous, especially for those who know that blue comes up less often than others. When you see that there are 18 viruses left and 13 are blue, you start to panic.
Yeah, she definitely needs to get some blue here. A little awkward to play with any colors that aren't blue, as her red and yellow viruses are also tucked. Oh, and not standing that pill up the way she wanted to. That's going to create even more blue garbage that was just going to prevent her from making progress towards the end of her level 8. Meanwhile, Slay is out.
I'm not completely certain. I mean, if you pay attention to how it's going to drop down, she undertucks the blue. She might be going for a row 2 blue horizontal.
That is a possibility, but it also blocks off that yellow horizontal that she has available there. Yeah, she just needs to maybe cut some losses, and yeah, maybe she could come up with a creative play for that blue.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Slay is out now and into their level 9. They are making pretty quick timer, and it's a fairly nice board. It's a fair amount of pretty much every color in the middle. A little bit of Spire in columns 2 and 6, but nothing that he can't easily take care of. Pronouns again. I apologize. Absolutely great board. And ooh, nice L yeah by Cat Pants. They just need one blue and now one red, and they will be joining Slay. Did you see something really cool?
Oh, Slay was just playing with fire up towards the top of his board, but managing to clear out virus that was threatening to top out.
We've had a few people doing stuff at top. I absolutely love Cat Pants' board. Look at all those pairs and squares from top to bottom.
Yeah,
This is a speedrunner's dream.
yeah, nice and doubled up there. But this is the last level of the block, so she has at 25 viruses to 5. It might be a little bit too little too late for her, as Slay is just a few yellows away from finishing off this last level of the block.
Yep, they just need 3 more yellow, which we have seen sometimes can take a little bit. Not this time though. They got 3 in a row. They will be out first at a 647. Cat Pants is already past that, so GG's to Slay for taking the first match here. I'm kind of curious to see if Cat Pants will finish this one off, because it is a really nice board. And nope, they are going to top out on this one, and we'll get the second match started in just a second. Cat Pants has actually done pretty well for themselves. They did get the silver runner-up in May 24 and the championship of silver in February of this year. So they have shown that they can absolutely come back from difficult matches like that and take wins. So, we'll have to see if they can pull it off here, and if the Crows will be getting a little bit of extra food today.
Yeah, Cat Pants doesn't have too much to prove in this match. I mean, she's that was basically her first ho-hum run of the day, but she is down now, fighting for her tournament life in these semis. That pressure can definitely add up, but we'll see what she is able to pull off as Slay looks to put this away in 2.
I think even for a ho-hum match, she was not going with that bad of a time. It was just Slay had one just that much better.
Yeah, and as Slay is off here, it might be difficult for him to get a good time with a board like this. All of his red is up rows 4 and above, so it's just yellow towards the bottom. It could be difficult for him to deal with red later on, as Cat Pants remains playing very high up. Not many viruses in her bottom few rows is forcing her to make setups high up on our board.
Yeah, neither one of them have got the most ideal board in the world, which I actually kind of enjoy these ones because, anyone can play a speedrunner's board. It's how do you handle, when you get bad RNG and you have to place garbage, how do you handle when things are not, textbook? And that's where you can really tell the true professional Dr. Mario players.
Right. You hate being forced to get creative, but it can be very instructive, especially as a viewer, to learn the appropriate way to handle different situations. Oh, Slade opting not for a fat log there, which might have cleared up some of that garbage, but here now he has a buried blue in that column 4.
Yeah, it won't be too difficult once they can take that yellow out in column 3, which it looks like they're just waiting on the red to be able to do that. Oh, I thought they would have taken out the reds a different way, but at the end of the day, if they manage to get it out, it doesn't really matter how they do it. This should take it out there, and then they just need 3 blue, 2 blue, 1 blue, out at a 206. I suddenly had Dr. Zeus going through my head. 1 blue, 2 blue, red, blue, blue, blue. That's why I kind of
Yeah.
stumbled for a bit there.
Too many rides going on through the whole hippocampus, but yeah, both of these players a little bit slower times than perhaps they want, but I don't know if either one of them is watching their what kind of times their opponent's putting up. But knowing that your opponent is also on the struggle bus a little bit can be a bit of a relief after a rough level 6.
She might be muted, but I could definitely hear our restreamer Betty B let out a little bit of a squeal at that sweet tea that Cat Pants just did. That was an excellent move, by the way. Thank you so much to Betty B for taking over the restreamer today. It is a lot of work to get this done, and without her and of course the Dave, this would not happen at all. So thank you so much for the work that they are doing today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank yous in chat. It is a lot of work. It's the reason I'm not doing it.
So much red on Slay's side. That's a lot of stuff because then they have to get rid of a lot of it to get to a few pieces. They've now opened up, so they have access to that blue, but it definitely is, as we mentioned, it is not grade A quality. The Food and Drug Administration will not be releasing these out into the public right now.
Yeah,
Beautiful combo.
I'm curious what Slade plans to do with those reds on the bottom. I believe he might be digging them out. Oh, didn't quite get that double red tucked over there in column 8. When you're playing on a high speed towards the end of these levels, if you're a little indecisive at the start, after a pill drops, it can be difficult to move it over to the left or right.
It can absolutely be difficult as Cat Pants is out first at a 408. This double red that will make certain that Slay is out at a 413. We have only a 5-second difference going on here right now in Flux.
Yeah, it's a close one. And again, they're halfway through this level block, and Cat Pants is fighting for her tournament life here. But this is a nice board to do it on. Looks like there's a kind of sloping down towards the middle, a bit of a basin to catch any fall time that might be created for her.
Yeah, this is a good board by both of them. I'm not. Would be a little bit better. Wasn't so much yellow at the bottom of Slay's board, but it's been a pretty even board from top to bottom for both these, and we're seeing some very quick times by both of them to get to this penultimate level.
Yeah, Slay's board, a lot of clears look like they would be most easily taken horizontally, and we know that he can definitely make those plays. It can be a little difficult if he has to build scaffolds up to support them, but we'll see what he opts to do. as Cat Pants here is setting up a horizontal scaffold for herself as well.
Yeah, these have both gone by very quickly, which I did refer to 8 as at the penultimate level because for the last few months, 8 has been the pent-up frustration level with how much trouble we've had on a lot of these, but it's been going very well. It might be a little slow down. Slay might be with the what they got is everything on column 7-8 as Cat Pants is out first at a 548. We're just waiting on a blue here, and watch this. Gonna just wipe almost everything out right here. 555. Well, that's a fake phone number for every time we slay as we move into the final level of this block.
Yeah, that was a nice swaggy way to end the level for Slay. Cat Pants making a good tuck there to clear out some reds. Very good under tucks with this level as it connects some reds that otherwise would just take a few extra pill halves to clear out.
Yeah, I will point out real quickly as I happen to know that there's a certain commentator that's on this one who is very good at their swag finishes to a level. So if there's anyone who'd know if that was a good finish or not, it would probably be him.
Hey, I try to keep my mouth shut about that. But here, this is the last level for the block, and Cat Pants is in the lead, though she does have a bit of garbage there that's accumulating on her board.
Yeah, it looks like she's trying to figure out the best way to take out the items in. Actually, she get a double red, and she could place it in column 7. Well, actually, yeah, that would work too. Just let it all drop down. That is beautiful. It takes a little bit of time, but it did clear out a lot of viruses. And we got a tie game right now, 10 versus 10, 8 versus 8. This one is going to be a nail biter, folks. We may have to go to the tape on this one if this keeps up.
Absolutely, all that fall time for Cat Pants. It was the most efficient way pill wise, but it ate up a lot of time as now she's trying to get access to those couple of viruses in the bottom left, making plans for it. While Slay, oh, that double red is exactly what he wants there. Maybe not, but still making use of that blue red. Now he just needs a yellow blue and another blue, and he will be out of here at a 752. Oh man, and Cat Pants just got a little stopped up there at the bottom left to end it all.
Yeah, they 804 is the time. They had a couple of plans. They were competing with each other, and a slight bit of hesitation. That could have been a really close one, but GG's to both competitors. We will definitely see Cat Pants back next month, and we will see Slay in the finals, but we are not there yet, are we?
Not yet. One more semifinal match to follow this. We'll see who will meet Slay in the finals next.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the DRMC Silver Bracket Tournament for September. My name is Sarge. I will be joined very shortly by Ook Librarian. We have a second semifinal match coming up here, and it is between Larva, our number 3 seed, and Arch Lewis, our number 2 seed. And Ook, what can you tell me about these two competitors?
Well, I'll tell you, these two have been just ferocious in Silver Bracket of late. I was looking over while we had our break. Neither one has lost a silver match this year. In fact, with the exception of the year-end finals, Larva hasn't lost a silver match going back to January of last year. And Archer did lose one, I believe it was October of last year, but neither one of these players loses in the silver bracket. That's about to change, but they are both really solid players. Archer, I mean, just last month got a win in the main bracket. Larva has done the same, so I think we're about to see top level Dr. Mario happening right here. And the only reason these two haven't seen each other is because they're usually either at the bottom of the main bracket or at the top of the silver. So it's gonna be fun.
Responding to what someone said in chat, yes, they are both 3-time silver champions. Archer last in April of this year and Larvae in July of this year. And how very presumptuous for you to think, Ook, that one of these two could lose in this match. For all we know, this could just end in a forever tie, or they could both disconnect and it'll be called a draw. Like, let's not assume that one of them is going to lose here.
Well, fair enough. But hopefully we're going to get started. There we are. We got our 3, 2, 1 pills in chat. And oh, can't wait.
This is going to be exciting. Absolutely. Very interesting boards for both of them. Not great access to really anything but blue on Larva's side, and no pills in the bottom for Arch Lewis, but a pretty mostly even board regardless. I would like to see a little bit more red at the bottom for it, but these are not terrible boards at the same time, Ook.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Archer's getting good pills, and I really like where their board is headed. It is going to be an issue with the amount of yellow, but check out this play from Archer. Bing, bang, boom. That's going to knock everything out. And yeah, they've got a good setup. Looking over at Larva's side, wow, same thing. Just another nice drop play. Larva's not going to be outdone here. As yeah, she's down to 4, Archer down to 6. Both players already have quite a few setups already ready. So yeah, we're not going to be too long before this 6 is over.
Yeah, I said these were not great boards, and both of them went hold my Dr. Mario juice, and 113 and 114 is the times we essentially have a tie going into the second level of this bracket.
Yeah, it's amazing how often that happens these days as the quality of players just continues to rise and the parity continues to stay high. As yeah, just these times are that would have been that would have been a time we would have salivated at just a few short years ago, and now it's happening to everybody everywhere, and just again just shows you the quality of the plays. As they are still tied up at 14 apiece now. Larva taking a quick lead. Archer going to take it right back. I mean, it's back and forth. I like the pairings over on Archer's board, but at the same time, they are going to need some very specific pills, so we'll see if they show up for them.
Yeah, these two are really right up against each other right now on how they're doing, but they are the number 3 and number 4 seeds for this particular month, so it's not too surprising, as it looks like Archer's going to be out first at a 233. Larva just needs a few yellow to get out of here, and unfortunately not getting much of that. And looking at Archer's board, they're going to need a fair amount of yellow early on.
Yeah, Larva's in the same boat right now, just needing yellow, but getting a couple of doubles right at the end, out at 252. Still in that sub 3 minute point, so just good times here. Gotta wonder how much practice Larva's been getting at home now that she is moved in with Aki. I imagine it's quite a bit, but I also imagine a lot of it's versus, so who knows. But looking over at this setup for Archer, okay, I see what's going on now. I was afraid there was going to be some garbage going on, but Archer says, no, I got this. And just about everything has a place.
Look at this
Larva with a
combo by Larva.
huge setup there.
Yeah, I apologize for interrupting you, but that was a huge combo.
No need to apologize. I was lucky enough to look over right as it happened, and you are absolutely right. I would have hated to have missed it. And here comes, whoop, I was gonna say here comes a cross clear from Archer. They're gonna save it for a little bit later. Aha, I see.
Some things are worth savoring, and that was most certainly one of them.
Yep, and Archer gonna take this horizontal here, setting up for another horizontal. And yeah, gonna get everything, but now Larva just needs blues. And here comes the ketchup and mustard.
Yes, another good plan for the horizontal there by Archer, who is out first at a 430, and get double blue is absolutely beautiful. And then Elia to log out of that 438. I know it's not a fat log, but an L is log as well. It might be an L because log starts with L. Going into the final level of this 6 to 9 block, I like both these boards. Look at all these combo opportunities, colors even pretty much all the way down. This is a board you would salivate over.
Oh yeah, I'm enjoying watching the designs that are coming up. As the only problem I see with either board right now is Larva's got a lack of yellow on her top line. She's finding it, but it's kind of grossly missing. And Archer's gonna be in the same boat with red nope, never mind. I was gonna say pretty soon here, but the that red is still it's down there. You just had to get to it.
Going for another beautiful horizontal into a drop. That's another coverage off it. With still only 3 virus difference between them. The only real difference between these two right now is that it looks like Larva is going to need a fair amount of yellow in order to get to that corner of the board, because that column 6 through 8's got a lot going on in it.
Yeah, it's not the friendliest section, but I do like kind of the plays and plans that she's got going on. This extra double yellow, yeah, she wanted to tuck that under, is going to get another chance. Okay, so she was wanting to tuck it a row above where I thought she was. That makes even more sense. And now Larva getting the setups for the final plays. I know there's going to be an L involved. Archer out at a 625, though. Oh, we were done. That's level 9. Wow.
And
A
Larva out at a
631.
631. Yeah, she's shaking her head a little bit. She knew she could have got that one done just a little bit faster, but amazing times by both these competitors. The sub 630 and 6 to 9 is something that we usually see in gold, not so much in silver anymore. But it's a very good first start here, and we'll have at least one more of these.
Yeah, and I mean these two just putting such pretty boards together. I wasn't even aware of what level we were on. I don't know if you were, Sarge, but it was, all of a sudden, oh, it's over, and man, just good plays all around.
Yes, these have been really great. Been a really great night for Dr. Mario in general.
We do have readies on both players. They
We got
are on the right level.
I don't know if that would be a photo bomb or a packy bomb going on right now in Larva's camera over there. Got a 3, 2, 1 pills, and off we go. And Very floaty boards by both of them. Look at that empty area in the middle of the board for Larva and nothing for Lewis on columns. Well, first it was originally just 8. Now it's pretty much 6, 7, and 8 are all empty.
Yeah, this double yellow exactly what Archer wanted. I'll avoid the obvious pun there. As yeah, it's been troublesome just kind of getting started on this board, but they've found really good plays and are holding on to now a 2 virus lead, although Larva with these setups is going to be catching right up there, and yeah, I doubt this lead is very safe.
It didn't look like a good board to start, but both of them have done an amazing job proving me wrong, which is the reason why I'm here and they're over there. As
Ooh.
right now it's just 8-4, 8-3-6, 1-6. Right now, Larva just needs 1 virus. She will be out first at a 114. Archer won't be that far behind though. Just needs a few yellows, and of course, is the doc going to give any yellows? No.
But Archer in this all the way, partially by virtue of a massive fat log at the bottom of the board. Just needs 2 yellows to finish things out, though, and getting some unfortunate clears. And the FU double yellow there right at the end, when it's not necessary at all. I don't know if I can say that. I guess I probably shouldn't, but there it is. It's just really mean. Doc is being mean.
Yeah, it's unfortunately sometimes that is just how it goes, and the only thing we can do really is grin and bear it. I see a
Yep.
nice little
And
horizontal here coming from Larva way up high that will. Oh, okay. I guess that works too. That's still a very nice one as well. And there's so much hot dogs needed on Archer's side, and there's a backwards hot dog at the top. It's going to slow him down a little bit, but not too much.
yeah, that spire on Archer's side going to be in column 3. That's going to be tough. But Larva had a misdrop over in columns 2 and 3, or 3 and 4. She's still going to be taking care of that for a little bit, unless she gets this red horizontally, which looks to be what she's signaling. So just having those backup plans always helpful. Even when the double reds come. Oh, did not get the red over. There she goes. Okay, she gets it that time. And it's I won't say that has allowed Archer to get caught up, because Archer does still need 2 yellows and a red, but oh, that was a misdrop. Nope, might not have been a misdrop, but now Larva's in a situation where she needs a double red, so yeah, that's the play she wanted. One more red and she will be out as well. Archer already just getting started on this level 8.
Well, Archer had this in level 6. Larva had to wait forever and a day for a red on at level 7. The Doc is being an equal opportunity jerkface this time around.
Yeah, and very much emphasis on the jerk face. There's oh, okay, that was a good play there from Archer to kind of keep this board moving. Very floaty on column 7 and 8. We'll see if that causes drop time or if Archer has some plans. Yep, Archer has some plans. That came across really well. Still some garbage down in the bottom left of the board, but Archer going to get through some of it. Might try to be sandwich there.
Because of the pills that Larva was getting for her, she had to do a lot of combos way up high and did a great job of keeping her cool working up near the top of the board. And because that she's not that far back, in fact, she has enough combos and plans in place that this match is actually a lot closer than the virus count hints.
Yeah, I mean it's just 5 viruses, and I mean yes, we're on the penultimate level, or the pent ultimate, as you were trying to bill it earlier. I heard that and I'm down for it. But yeah, it's okay. That's I see what Archer's trying to do here, and I see what Larva's doing. This is real close. And they're only going to have one level for one of them to pull out a lead here. Archer out at a 512. Larva going to be out with the next yellow. It's going to be a 518.
6 seconds is absolutely nothing at this particular point of Dr. Mario.
Yeah, it's all going to depend on what this 9 looks like and what pills show up. Right now, Larva suffering from limited blue access. It's not that bad, but it can get that way. Archer really just has blue on their top line right now. There are other things. It's just they're all going to require this constant drop down that they've been doing, and yeah, that, you do what you got to do at this point.
Yeah, and there's so many good combo opportunities on both sides. It's just right now it's the wait for the pills that both people need in order to keep this going. But right now, Larva has about a 7 virus lead, though there's a lot of setups on both of them that can make this lead swap very quickly. This might be one of those ones we'll be seeing just a few seconds difference at most between them.
Yeah, Archer did have a misdrop there in I forget which column it even was anymore, but it did result in some time on the garbage, and every pill that Archer is getting here to try to take care of some of the inefficient required inefficient plays is unfortunately just coming up in the wrong order. As a result, Larva is, by virtue of a really good level 9 here, just 2 viruses away from calling for the crows.
Yep, just needs one more blue. There it is, out at a 715. You could see her getting a little nervous as that middle column was going near the top of the board due to like what happened a little bit earlier, but everything is fine. We are going to a decider. Do you have yours with you right now, Ook?
No, but I know where to get some. But I tell you what I do have in the tank, and that's caw. The crows are ready for another one.
And this will be the decision of who will make it to the finals here, which will be coming up after this one, or in a different VOD if you are watching this on demand on YouTube.
And I mean, did we expect anything else? Two of our top players in the silver levels, neither of whom have lost a match all year in silver. I mean, this is what you came for, folks, and it's exactly what you're going to get. And speaking of exactly what you're going to get, these pills for Archer have been exactly what they want. There it is, the big combo. It wasn't okay. It may not look as big as it was, but it was pretty big.
Yeah, I'll admit, I phased out for a little bit, like, oh, they're doing another warm up before the third match. No, the third match has started, so just pay attention. And the absolutely beautiful lead that Archer has taken early on here. They're already at the bottom of the board, and everything is well set up for some nice combos here to clear through this very quickly. They have everything open. That red-yellow is exactly what they need. They just need right now couple blue and a single yellow. And they will be out here now. They just need, well, actually need more than a couple blue, because there's no way to take all three of those out in one group, is there?
Yeah, no, I mean, you could as a fat log, and that's about it. And it looks like what Archer's actually planning. Yep, there it comes. One more red, and Archer's going to be out. Larva just had a really unfortunate level 6 here. There's the big fat log there for Archer Lewis. Larva just needs 3 reds to finish this out. And yeah, it was just a really, really tough top of her board. That has been the difference. Again, that doesn't take away from the quality of the play from Archer. Just the real difference between these two, as tight as they are, has been the really rotten RNG that Larva got at the beginning of that level.
Been a very floaty board for actually it is for both of them. There is a large amount of drop time when 2 and 6, so they have to make certain that they do it right there, making certain they have nothing that drops directly down goes off to the side. Larva's done a pretty good job of keeping this close. It's only about an 8 virus difference right now, and with all that floatiness on Archer's side there, they're essentially they're stuck waiting on either doubles or red blues up there, and that could give Larva a bit of a chance to try getting back in this one.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look it just from the shapes of the boards, but there's only well, it's now a 5 virus difference. It was 3 when I started talking. Now it's down to 3 again. So yeah, it didn't look it for a bit there, but Larva was very close in on this one. And if Archer keeps getting yellow pill halves, then Larva is going to continue to move forward because Archer hasn't had yellow for a hot minute. But Archer going to be out of 254. Larva now out of 257. So again, just a couple of seconds between these two as they get the new challenge here with level 8.
Yes, and it looks like Larva might be trying to go for a very long horizontal here. I'm not sure if she will, though. I don't know if that would be the most ideal move to make. Well, now that that's piece out of the way, it absolutely is. And there was a nice little drop. And we now have a tie game again here.
Yeah, the problem for Larva was that she had no access to yellow at the top of her board when it came up. She has since found that access, but it's not fun when you're missing a color, and it seems to be all the pills that you get. Archer at the same time, not any access to yellow either. So Larva is picking up some speed, and Archer not getting the red. There has been no red on this in these pills, and there finally Archer gets some red, gets a good drop into a horizontal. That's just very Archer style play. Uh, good
I'm kind
good
of
setups
surprised.
there.
I'm kind of surprised by what Larva did there with those reds in the middle of the board pretty blocked up. She had a double red and could have taken them out horizontally, so she only had one stuck up there, but elected to take the ones out in column 1. And so far, it's not made too much of a difference as the match is still tied, but we'll have to see how things progress. As she needs mostly hot dogs at this particular point.
Yeah, that one blue in the bottom corner, but oh, this double yellow gonna help out, and that blue's already set up. So Larva's got herself in a great position to get out of 8 very quickly here, provided that the pills show there's the blue she needs, and that's just 2 reds. You love it when when you have the 50-50 and it works out. Larva gonna be out at a 508 and into her final level of this block. Archer just waiting on some blues to handle the setup. That's gonna now
Oh
all they
wow,
need is one yellow. That was beautiful.
that was something nice to watch. And we were into it. Yeah, they're about 15 seconds back, but really that's only 5 viruses. And again, look at all these pairs and squares that Archer has. If they can get the right pills and get a lack of red
Yeah.
early on, they can easily get right back into this one.
Yeah, both players getting much better pill luck this time than they've gotten over the last couple of levels. This looks to be a very quick end to this level block. Archer going to get this nice lightning bolt there as yeah, Larva still though holding on to a 10 virus lead. And with the plays that Archer's been making, that is really saying something about Larva's play this block.
Beautiful cross by Archer. Still only about a 7 virus difference, and got enough things set up that 7 or 5 viruses now doesn't really mean anything. They can, if they get the right pills, they are gonna tie this up very quickly. That yellow will probably be for horizontal there, followed by the double red. It's 12 versus 8. Make that 8 versus 10. And now it's essentially it's a tie here. We go into the end game of this level 9. And at this particular point, it could potentially be a photo finish.
Yeah, it's been tight this whole match. And for a bit there, Larva was the one who had everything free and clear, but now Archer is a little bit clearer on their stuff. She's got that one piece of garbage. Here comes Larva. She's just needing 3 yellows, and she's got to figure out how they're going to go. These double blues are going to reduce the requirement that she figure that out. There's one, there's two. At a 719, it's Larva, and oh, Archer not getting the reds to tie things up, and is out at a
Oh,
726.
yeah, the RNG at the end there ruined the chances of Archer. They had it. All they needed was that last red, and the dock went. I don't think so. Very unfortunate ending there, but GG's to both of them. Larva will be in our finals in a few minutes. You're watching live on the VOD. You can take a look at that there. We will be back in a few minutes here with our finals. You are watching the DRMC.
We are back, folks. Welcome to the Drmc. I am Ook, and joining me is Sergeant Saros. And Sarge, with the it wasn't necessarily 100% always going to be this matchup, but I'm not surprised, and I don't think you are either, that this is the pair that we've got in the finals.
No, I have had the honor of going up against both these opponents and getting blown away more than I have against pretty much anybody else. These two are definitely two of the best people I have had matches against. So the fact these two in the finals is not a surprise to me at all.
Yep. All right, so we were testing to see if I have the powers of the 3-2-1 pills. I do not, but I'm going to put it in manually. So we've got our 3-2-1 pills and a Larva versus Slay for the finals. Here it is.
Both on level 8. Nothing on the bottom column here for larva, but lots of opportunities for pairs, especially horizontally, all the way down on hers and in all colors too. Slay's got a decent board as well, though most of their good matchup for easy pills are vertical. So hopefully they hope to get a lot of doubles and not have to worry about drop time, because there is generally more drop time from a vertical than there is from a horizontal.
Yeah. And, these two, I would almost say similar styles because they've got that very combo heavy style. They both are very good at looking over at seeing all sorts of interesting ways to maneuver the pills and make cool things happen. And yeah, they are keeping it very tight here. Larva with just a 1 virus lead, as we see Slay had the opportunity to drop a yellow into a red there at the bottom. Didn't want to do that, trying to get the right prioritization to take that clear that he just took. It is 3-7, Larva with the lead, although Slay has everything already pretty well set up. Just needs a red and 3 blues. Larva just needs 3 blues as well. There's 1, 2, and 3 for her out at a 143. Slay going to be out at a 148 here in this 8-11 best of 3.
And to your point, these two have a lot in common, not just in the play styles, but Larva becomes very much like a bear when provoked if they lose a match, and can slay. You ought to believe it.
Oh dear. I will believe it. as Larva looking at not a lot of blue or not a lot of red, I'm sorry, on her top line. Slay with not a lot of yellow, so it's it's not fun. It's not fun when you're missing a color on your top line, but they've gotten through the worst of it because they're out of 8, and we all know how 8 can treat everyone. And I love the setup Larva's thinking about. She needs a double yellow now, or she may manufacture one. 2 red yellows will do the trick. Just going to be a question of when. In fact, if she gets 2 red yellows, she may decide to give up the T and go straight for horizontal. But there it is, gets the double yellow she wanted, holding onto a 2 virus lead.
Yes, and very close to get to the end game of both these, but there's still 2 more levels to go afterwards. A yellow, actually just this yellow be perfect to drop things down for Larva. They just need 3 red, 2 blue, and of course the Doc's going to make them be together in pairs. Just need 1 more red. What was that?
Sorry. Slay got a full all the way across. It was in two different viruses recovered on either edge of the board. That is a Tetris clear. We don't see those very often. So I was very happy to see that, and not as happy to see this double red blitz for him.
Yeah, because that's not what he needs at all, but he will be out here about 15 seconds after Larva at a 351. Very very close matchup still, and with how 11 can be at times, 15 seconds is still virtually nothing.
Yeah, I mean, this is another one just like the last game where unless something really crazy happens, I fully expect we're going to be we're going to be on the edge of our seat right all the way through the end of 11. So, I hope you didn't pay for your entire chair because you're only going to need the edge of it for this one.
This is the number 1 seed versus number 3 seed, so it's only to be expected that this is going to be a very close matchup between these two.
Yep. And again, the board health, okay, yeah, actually the board health's pretty rough for both players right now, but it just didn't look like it was as close as it was just a second ago. But they are within just a couple of viruses of each other. Slay now taking the lead, although
Yeah,
it is a tentative lead and it may not last long.
yeah. Due to the pills that Larva is getting, she had really no option but to put garbage down in one of her columns just while she waited for some more fortuitous to come up, and it will slow her down just a little bit, but she might try and take those yellows in column 3 out horizontally, and then she'd be able to just drop everything down and get the reds all out at once. I'm not sure actually she's going to do that. Looks like she might not. She may opt to try taking everything out vertically. Oh, no, now she's going for the horizontal, and of course she's going to get the red possibly to open it up beforehand. Nope, she's going to be able to take that down. Just need the red. Now drop the blue down. She just needs 2 red that she can undertuck, and she will be out of here. But right now it's just a couple viruses for Slay pills, excuse me, they're out first at 5:59 and Larva at a 6. We have a 1-second match going into the final level of this level block.
Yeah, Slay had a lot of work to get through the bottom of this board, of the previous board rather, and it slowed him down quite a bit. But once he got the pills that he needed, he figured out the most efficient way to use them and was able to bring things back. The lead changed hands, I think, about 6 times there in the last couple of the last 10 or 12 viruses. And right now it's again just a 3. As I said that, the lead changed. So don't try to pretend like you know who's in the lead. It's a tie, and these two are going at it.
Right now, Slay has just got everything set up waiting for this red. Look at this, as so many viruses get taken off at once. I would tell you how many, but unfortunately it's more than 3, which means I can't count that high.
Yep, you can only count to 4 there, partner. So again, the setups are looking good for Slay. He needs red though, and without red, the plans that he's got on the bottom of this board are not going to come through. And Larva's now got a 5 virus lead. It is okay. There he goes. Slay does realize what he was trying to set up. Now it's 9-5. It is closing in. Larva is in the driver's seat right now, but she needs a blue to trigger this combo. There it's going to be. Now just has 2 viruses left to Slay 6. Slay's got everything over on that right-hand side. Not ideal. He's going to have to build a bridge here. And if he slides this double blue over, decides not to, I was going to say he's going to have everything he needs. Larva's out at an 8 flat, and Slay just 2 blues away from it. He'll be out at an 808 in a very tight game, one of at least one more.
Yes, and we try to save money here at the Drmc, which is why we only use 2 different digits for the times in this particular match.
Oh yeah, definitely gonna save quite a bit on our digit budget. Digit budget? That'll work. We'll call it that. All right, so let's get these players reset and get some readies on the board.
Now, these two have faced each other before. Both of the times in round 2, and Larva won both of them. January 2024, and then way back in October 23. They were the 4 and 5 and 3 and 6 seeds respectively in those matches. So this is the first time that they are facing where both of them are so high in the bracket. That just shows the improvement that both of them have made in Dr. Mario.
Yes, indeed. And the players are off. No blue to speak of on Larva's top line. So already at a disadvantage. And yeah, the quality of play here in these finals, and honestly, even the semifinals, all the way back, we have just seen such a high quality of play out of all of our players tonight. I hope you've been enjoying it. If you have, go check out our Discord. Go hang out with us, and hopefully, you will find a time that you want to come out and join us to play, and we'll be calling your name here with another match. But right now, it is 5 hours lead for Every Time We Slay.
Yes, I definitely agree with what Ook said there. Come and join us. It is not anywhere near as hard as these competitors make it look, pulling off these insane plays. It does take a little bit of practice, but it takes very little time to master, well, to learn the game, a long time to master it. But you never know; you could end up being one of our monthly champions in the near future. As right now, Slay just needs 2 red and, well, 1 blue at this particular point. Actually, now they just need the red, and they will be out first at a 130 even. There is a lot of blue and yellow needed on Larva's board, which could be a little bit problematic. Of course, she has seen so many blue-yellow pills this entire night, but when she needs it, are they going to show up? No.
Well, here's hoping, because that's literally all she needs. Right now, what she needs is a red yellow to show up. I assume she's gonna. Okay, she does see the red yellow coming up in her next box. So she avoids a little bit of drop time. Out at a 201, that's not the time she wants, but that's the time she's going to get, and the time she's going to have to work with. So Larva is having to just make do with some really weird pills. But I look over at Slay's side, and I think he's probably doing the same thing there, partner.
Yeah. Larva's got her serious face on now because she knows that she's behind, and I have seen that face a couple of times. That's one you do not want to see for long, because that means you're in trouble.
Yeah, but look at these plays Slay's making.
They are some amazing plays. Right now, he's got just a few viruses left. The biggest thing that's going to slow Larva down is almost every column right now has a blue on top.
Yeah, and that can really spell disaster if the blue pill halves don't show up. You got to imagine she's hoping for some blue yellow specifically to try to take a big fat log down at the bottom of the board. She is going to start setting up for that. That's going to take a little bit of time, partially because it's offset, so she may end up having to just take the yellow part first. But we do have Slay out and into his level 10, so pretty solid lead for him. And you got to think the RNG has just not been friendly for Larva so far this level set.
And it continues not to be, because now that they finally have access to 7 Beyond Blue, they can start getting something going, but it's just still not the pills that you would want to see. And thankfully, Slay is not moving through this level 10 too quickly. This could still be recoverable for Larva. It's not as big a lead as one would think here, as she is out at a 404 time not found. It's a 20 virus difference, but it's all of 10 and 11 to go. This is still very much doable.
Yeah, I mean,
Upside down T. I heard Betty squeal from the broadcast booth all the way over there.
We've seen deficits like this just melt away with a good proper board. And I mean, sometimes it does require negative RNG on your opponent's side, but right now, Larva getting the RNG she wants, especially with this double yellow, that's going to make a nice setup. And every blue yellow, I think she's going to have a place for a minute. So yeah, it's now a dozen viruses, and they're just melting off this board. As now the difference is 9 viruses. A really good end game so far set up for Larva. Slay is very cleanly set up as well too.
Ooh, I
As well
think that
too. What I
think
just said.
Larva want to get that one layer downwards there, but it's not going to hurt her too badly. She can still do stuff with that.
All right, so it's a 518 for Slay, and he is just 48 viruses away from possibly having his 4th silver bracket championship. Larva gonna do her best to make sure that doesn't happen, and she is very close here in this level. Just needs a couple of yellow now, and there's 1. There's 2 out of the 548, and her chase down is 10 viruses. So good luck to both players as they make their way through this level 11.
I do apologize for correcting you here, but this would tie it up if Slay were to win this level. This is only match 2.
Oh, you're right. I didn't. I was thinking Slay had won game 1. You are absolutely correct, partner, and I appreciate you making sure that our audience has the best information possible.
Well, there's
Also,
this
that was the
there's a statistician that we have that does an absolutely great job of making certain we have that data available. I wonder what his name is.
who knows. I will say that was the most Canadian way to correct somebody I've ever heard. And let's talk more about what's going on here as uh, Larva holding her own now down to just a 5 virus deficit as Slay flip it around. Slay just 19 viruses away from holding on and continuing to bring us some more Dr. Mario. Get it right this time. As yeah, it's looking good on both players, but Larva now down to just a 1 virus deficit. She is roaring back here in this level 11.
Yeah, and she's just getting, for the most part, everything she needs. That columns 1 and 2 could be a minor issue, but she's getting what she needs to clear that out pretty quickly here. And she now has the lead as we move into the final 10 viruses, 8 versus 10 in Larva's favor. And I'd say she has a slightly better board right now due to the fact that there are so many blues that Slay needs, and they're all in
Yes.
that corner.
Slay does have a horizontal already set up, and Larva is gonna. Oh, that's gonna be a tough sell for Larva. We're gonna see if she can get that blue out of the way. Oh, okay. So now she's got everything she needs, but Slay just needs a blue himself. He's in a double red blitz. He's gonna get that blue, and at an 801, Slay is gonna be out, just barely pulling this one out as Larva got stacked up down at the bottom of her board.
Yeah,
Oh, she still needs 2 reds.
yeah, you can see she shook her head a little bit there. She knew that she had this one. She just didn't. And that certainly happens to all of us that just miscounted, mispositioned where a couple things were, and that was hers to win. But all it resulted in is that now we're tied up. This is a best of 1. Shake it off, and let's see we can who will win this one if you go into the last match of the Silver Bracket tournament for this month.
All right. So, yeah. I mean, if you check the script, everything is going according to plan. Caw, we've got another decider. I think that's 3 deciders in 3 matches, if I'm not mistaken. Just really, really good play here in this level block, and we've talked about the fact that both these players have spent quite a bit of time in the main bracket. So I expect nothing less. And oh, Slay opens up with a slight misdrop. It's not going to be bad, but you'd rather not be starting that way. But really good recovery there for him as Larva. Not a ton of access to blue here at the top, so we'll see what she's able to do.
I personally argue that while there is never a good time for misdrop, it's better to have it at the very start when you have plenty of stuff to maneuver around and have it at the very end where you block off the last virus you need. So, it all depends on how you look at it.
Yeah. And clearly Slay's not having didn't take any psychological damage from that one, because that's really where the real trouble comes, is when you start messing with your own head. Slay holding on to an 8 virus lead, but has a 5 second clock disadvantage right at the moment. Meanwhile, Larva's left hand side of her board, not the prettiest, and she's kind of needing very specific pills that just aren't coming up. These yellow blues are going to be very helpful, though, to kind of get things moving forward.
Yeah, it's unfortunately just not being what she needs to keep this board moving, and that is allowing for Slay to move further ahead, but he needs a lot of red, and I mean a lot of red. And this could be exactly what Larva wants to see right now, as she continues waiting for just the best pills for the situation that she has.
Yeah,
As
and the
Slay is
red has
finally out at
taken.
150. I'm
I'd say the
sorry,
red's taken quite a bit of. No, no, I was going to say the same thing. The reds have taken their time to get to Slay, so that little bit of delay, it at the end of the game, that may be the difference. Who knows? There's so much Dr. Mario left to play. Uh, oh, you hate to see that having to drop there on Larva, but she is able to get it cleanly. Just needs one more red, and at a 213, she is joining Slay in a level 9.
yeah, not the time that I know that she was hoping to get, but at the same time, this was not an overly good round for Slay either. She is not far behind. She's only 6 viruses back, so she is still very much in this. And as we saw from the last one, she was down 20 viruses at one point and managed to take the lead. So just focus on continue to play clean Dr. Mario, keeping these combos up, hoping that you don't get any blues if you're Larva, to clear up some of the other viruses first. And if you are Slay, well, hope you don't get a lot of red right now until we can open up some room for it.
Yeah, it's not been a pleasant board for Slay, and yeah, you can see again. You can, just like the last time, just like you were talking about earlier, you can see the results on the board. It's now a 2 virus lead for Slay, and dwindling as Larva is roaring right back, playing her game, and yeah, Slay is going to need quite a handful of yellow. So how he decides to play this is going to make a big difference in his board. Is he going to find the most efficient setups? That remains to be seen, and it's going to make a big difference here.
Yeah, this could come down to a bit of an experience factor here, because we are seeing a fair amount of, as I like to call it, monochrome Dr. Mario. And Larva is one of the oldest competitors by number of matches that they've done here at the Drmc. So they've gotten lots of practice with monochrome Dr. Mario. So they're able to figure out how to handle these two-color games very, very quickly.
Yeah, Slay though gets out of that bottom where he was really locked up, out at a 420. Larva just needs one more blue now, and is going to be out at a 422. So it's again just neck and neck. Things are very close here, and we've still got just 2 levels left. Winner take all.
No real blue to speak of beyond this one that they got right now. They're gonna have to work to get to some of the other stuff. On the flip side, Lara's got a little bit of work to do to get to any real red. So again, we're doing more monochrome. We're playing on the Game Boy. I was not aware that's what we were doing this month for the silver bracket.
Yeah, but just seeing Slay, making those meta plans, figuring out, okay, that I need this followed by this, and then this has to happen next. And once everything shows up, it really worked well for him. So smart setups there at the top of his board. But Larva keeping it tied up. It is now 23-24. and gonna be it's gonna be Larva taking a big lead if some red does not start showing up on Slay's side.
Yeah, it looks like she had a misplay in the middle of the board. What actually was she had a red virus in there at one point that she was going to try taking out vertically with those pills, but she ended up getting a double red that let her take them out a different way. So it caused a minor amount of garbage, but not anything she was not able to clear out quickly, as it's now 11 versus 13 in Larva's favor. But both of them at the bottom of the board. I'd say that Slay's in a slightly better position because they have access to more of the viruses than Larva does right now. It's a little bit of an issue there near the bottom of the center of the board.
Yeah, Slay's gone out of his way to make some really good horizontals and some. I mean, he's gotten a couple cross clears in here. So at 3-6, he's now got the lead. But this red is a little isolated over on the right hand side. So these red blues, I mean, they came in the right combination. Now it's 2 plays 4, and Slay out first at 641. But we don't know if he's out first because here comes Larva. She is going to be needing another yellow. Okay, she'll be out at a 648. So 7-second difference. Again, just like we had in the last game, it is practically no chase down. It's 8 viruses, but that's just because Slay had a really, really good opening setup there. So we are waiting to see Larva setting up the same sort of thing for herself.
Yeah, she had a couple really nice clears early on. It's only a 5 virus difference right now. Make it a 3 virus difference. This is going to be one of those ones where it is going to go more or less down to the wire. And, don't go anywhere, folks. There's no guarantee that this is the final level of this tournament. We have seen stranger things happen here, and we could be going to potential overtime to determine the finals here, as it's now 27 versus 25. Make the 25 versus 24. Ook, this is a serious back and forth we got going on right now.
Yeah, the real question on Larva's board is the quantity of yellow, and most of it has melted away now. I'd say it is no longer the pain color, but that's it just worked out really well for her. She now has a 5 virus lead on Slay, who is going to have to fat log his way out of some garbage. That just takes time and it takes a lot of pills. So it is now a 4 virus lead as Larva continues to have the cleaner board, but the amount of red now at the bottom of her board is going to be an issue. Although you could probably say the same thing about Slate and the amount of blue. It is just back and forth. I can't tell you who's got the advantage here, but I can tell you it is super, super close as Larva down to 5,
Oh, she's
Slay
got a
still at
red rush
7.
going on.
Yeah, and a red rush is exactly what she wants. And at an 845, 846, it is going to be Larva taking her 4th silver bracket championship, her 2nd this year. GG's to both players. Thank you for putting on such a show for us.
And now Slay, who just needs a blue, is getting everything but. There we go, out at a 909. Great work by both of our finalists. Congratulations to Larvae, who, as you said, got her 4th championship. And that just about wraps it up for this month at the silver bracket. But I believe we have some news regarding the versus tournament that we should be passing on, Ook.
Yes, indeed. November 8th and 9th, we will be at Arcade Legacy in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'll be there. We've got a lot of folks who are going to be coming in. If you've got an interest in being there, you're going to want to get into our Discord and get that pre-registration done. You're going to save yourself a little bit of money on doing the pre-registration. We are charging for the tournament this year, but that is going to get you access to the entire barcade that we are going to be at. It may just be an arcade. I'm not sure. I haven't been there yet. As well as give you a guaranteed entry into our final brackets. Everybody's going to be making the final tournament this year, so you're going to want to be there for a really interesting and new experience for the DRMC. Again, that is coming up November 8th and 9th at Arcade Legacy in Cincinnati, Ohio. If you can't make it, by all means, keep it tuned right here at the DRMC. That
Yep.
is going to wrap up this speed tournament. I want to say a big thank you to our commentators, Savage Octagon, Archer Lewis, Influx, JB Henry, and my partner, Sergeant Saros, for all of us here, and especially our restreamer, our normal restreamer, the Dave, who has been helping out, and our restreamer, Betty B Plays G's. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and until next time, take your vitamins.